Didn't realize I was actually muted at this moment in time for about 35 seconds. But much love, respect, and appreciation to anybody that is directly out there at this moment in time. It is currently 12/24/2023 at 2:51 p.m. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Feliz Navidad. Happy Christmas Eve for those out there who celebrated and all the rest of the holidays that people tend to worship. So this is the first story that we got directly on the block. Equity firm co-owner Needham Youngblood sues oil company for $900 million over land on behalf of enslaved ancestors. What is up, Gail? The founder of a black-owned equity firm is suing one of America's largest oil firms on behalf of his enslaved ancestors. Needham Youngblood, co-founder of Faro Capital Group, has filed a lawsuit against ConocoPhillips for $900 million for allegedly keeping money from him and his family for the property, a 14.77-acre tract of land in Texas that he claims was brought by his freed slave ancestors. The land in question is 60 miles southeast of San Antonio and could be worth millions. The lawsuit is on behalf of Youngblood's great-great-grandfather's descendants for royalty payouts. According to the suit, the oil giant ignored the Youngbloods' claim of the land and decided to side with another family listed as the Korths. The firm signed with the Korth family in order to streamline oil royalty payments and allegedly cut Youngblood completely out of the equation. Dispute over the land dates back to a period after the Civil War. Youngblood's great-great-grandfather, Louis Eckford, bought the land in Cairns County in 1889 after he and his wife were freed from slavery. Following his death in 1896, his half passed on to his wife, Eliza, while the rest went on to their 9 kids. When Eliza died, a well-known white money lender named Fritz Korth took over her interest in the property as repayment for the $300 loan at the time. The loan was secured by a deed of trust on the land. Now both sides are fighting for their legacy on the land as Korth family descendants claimed he brought her children's shares as well. Fritz paid $735.50 for the land in 1939 after none of Eliza's children claimed the land after her death, essentially passing control of the tract to the Korths. As of 2023, the family runs a cattle operation on the ranch. 200 Eckford descendants, including Youngblood, have never profited from the land. Decades later, in 2008, ConocoPhillips approached the Korths to begin drilling for crude oil. The company then acquired leases with the family and signed leases with some of the Eckford heirs. Since 2011, when Youngblood's family first heard about the plot of land, the former emergency room doctor has been formally trying to establish his family's shared ownership rights. A Texas jury confirmed during the summer of 2023 that the Youngbloods family were the rightful co-owners of the oil-rich land. Youngblood describes the victory as a win, especially for other black families who may have missed out on the benefits from Texan land that has been disposed in the last century. So this is a very positive story where you have a black man who fought directly for his land, his family's land, and he easily came out victorious. He was able to acquire this directly for his family. This is why I've also told people before that, hey, you need to do some background checks. You need to run some background history to really figure out if your family owns any type of land or has any type of anything, attached directly to your name. Every single state directly out here has a system set in place where you can go in and claim money, right? Unbeknownst to a lot of money. Unbeknownst to a lot of people. So it would behoove a lot of people to go search a lot of these things out, because you could be potentially missing out on hundreds or thousands, if not potentially millions of dollars that specifically belong to you and your family. You may have land directly out there that belongs to you, and you might not even know it. So, again, the only thing I can do is just put, the information directly out there and let people know that these things do exist. Stories like this do happen, and that there is a silver lining when Black people go and chase and get specifically what is theirs, right? So that was a positive story directly right there. So one of the things that I brought to you guys before had to do with Simone Biles, right? So I'm just going to take y'all directly to let me put up the picture, right? Because I actually did a video. I did a live stream about it, and I did a video on the third channel, right? So the main thing that took place is that you had fields of women directly online speaking negatively about her husband. So let me get the image directly up there so we can all follow, right? So this is the image that I had directly up there. So now I'm going to showcase to you what it is that took place now, right? And again, I'm going to remind people that Simone Biles is a Black woman, right? So this is directly live from Twitter. Everybody, let me make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, yeah, it's directly right there. Let me just split the screen. So as we can clearly see, Simone Biles replied on her actual Twitter, because this is hers. It says, wife, Olympic champion, IG, and Snapchat, Simone Biles, right? 1.6 million followers. So we all know that this is the real account. She said, are y'all done yet? Right? With the little kid with the messed up braids, right? And she's specifically speaking to a lot of the women directly out there. I'm just going to put that I feel like she's more so speaking directly to the Black women directly out there, right? So then you had a woman directly, right? She was like, why are you mad at us? Your husband said it. So she's replying back to Simone Biles. She's replying to the fact that you got women all over the internet wanting to magically, since they don't have a specific celebrity man to attack or go after, they decided to turn their eyes directly on her husband and what he said during one part of an interview. It was about 2 minutes and something seconds. But Simone was there. You saw them cutting back and forth. What's up, Black First? What is up? What is up? What is up? You saw her directly in an interview going, the camera was shooting back and forth. She was smiling. She was happy. She was ecstatic. She didn't object to any of the things that he stated. But yet you had women online that felt the need that they needed to come through and defend her like she's a little girl. She's not. She's a world-class champion that has had to deal with the actual world. Like a lot of the women directly out here are not actually dealing with the world. They're not on a world stage. They're on like a microcosm. They're dealing with the things that are in their area, right? That they can see and touch. They're not on the same type of field when it deals with Simone. Like the whole world knows her. They're looking at her. They're judging her. The whole world are not dealing each one of these women who want to attack Simone Biles' husband. The whole world aren't looking at them. The whole world don't even care, don't even know who they are. But yet these women wanted to get online and they want to make think pieces, right? And same woman who supposedly got a picture of her being married, right? Her whole wedding and and everything in black and white said, just log back in after the New Year's, because this isn't stopping anytime soon. Like I said before, it's hilarious looking at this. And the amount of Caucasian women that I see directly out here making think piece videos about this is crazy. You're literally trying to think for a Black woman that's in a Black relationship and trying to tell her how it is that she should feel and see and decipher his words. And then you got other women that are into astrology now attacking Simone Biles' husband and saying like, oh, this is the reason that Simone Biles ended up basically being with this guy, because if you match up this sun with this moon on this day at this time underneath this monthly sign underneath this year and match it up with the year of 1984, you find out the reason why it is that they're married. Like a whole bunch of nonsense getting thrown directly at this marriage. from a lot of women out here who can never get married. It's the craziest thing. I've never seen this before in my life. Never seen this before in my life. Like, it's crazy. One dude said, nope, they off from work for the holidays. They have nothing but time. Another person said they're obsessed. Says Simone Biles the last 24 hours. Like, yo, this is crazy. That's crazy. Look at this. And this is, and again, y'all looking at this in real time. This person said, hope you got the prenup, sis, because it's obvious he doesn't plan on staying for long. You were never his type. That's why you had to chase him. Look at that. Look at that. Wishing on the downfall. So you mean, okay, so let me get this straight. Men are the only ones that chase after another person that they desire. Women don't do that. They just sit there and look pretty. Even though I, rationally thinking, logically thinking about society and everything that I've witnessed, women chase celebrity men. We're not going to, are we really playing games out here? Are we going to sit up here and act like women don't go to male concerts? I'm talking about like going to see rappers and singers, that women don't be trying to dress to the nine. They're specifically getting their hair done. Out of all of the year, they can look their best. They're looking that best at that concert, where they got hundreds of thousands of other women doing the exact same thing so that they can look good for a man that don't even know that they exist. But you're mad at Simone Biles because she saw a guy that she deemed attractive, that she deemed, quote unquote, worthy to be with. All of these things. Didn't have a problem with money or nothing like that. So she and he got married. And now they're in a relationship. So you mean to tell me that it's wrong of her to basically go after a guy that she sought and wanted to be with? Huh? But women do this for free? Going to rap concerts? Wearing the tightest dresses? Makeup and tans? Hair extensions? And you're doing this and sitting by other women who are doing the exact same thing because y'all compete for the same attention of a man that doesn't even know that you exist, but you're trying to clown Simone Biles and try to tell her that your husband, you were never his type? That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I said before, you're looking at broken women, broken individuals at this moment in time. Then she's writing the think piece. He's literally riding your coattails because you're more accomplished, famous, and richer than him. Once he's done using you, he'll move on to his real type. You'll learn sooner or later. This is a person. This is the type of person who is not happy or fine with black women being with black men. Because that's what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that Simone Biles' husband is just with her because she's famous. But he really likes other women that are not even black. Or better yet, let me take it a step further to some of the comments that I reported on yesterday. A lot of women out here will sit up here and say or try to state that he's not even into women at all. So, and this is when I told people before that as a black man, no matter what you do, you still can't sit up here and win. There is no win for a black man at all. You can sit up there and have an all-black family, have a black wife, do the right things, and somehow, some way, you're still suspect. You could be a black man minding your own business, never saying a word or anything negative about black women, but somehow, some way, you'll come up into the conversation dealing with black women. And then they'll try to attack and come after you. Minding your business. Like I said, I've seen this online. I've seen people grabbing pictures of random dudes who might not even have a social media presence or very little. And then you got black women writing think pieces directly under it. And this is a dude that don't even know who any of these women are. Never even engaged with these women, never even had a conversation. And then they want to state that, oh, he's typical. He's not even attractive. He's probably broke anyway. She's probably supporting him and all this other type of stuff. And then they want to sit up there and state that, oh, he's probably not even actually interested in women. He's just using her in order to step out because he's more than likely on the DL, because now people start bringing out some magical statistics trying to state that 50+% of black men are basically on the down low. Like I said, it's crazy. It's crazy how this stuff takes place and how it happens. It is crazy. Then later on, I wanted to say, y'all mad at me for saying it, but just go look at his IG following. He doesn't even have the decency to unfollow them after he got married. I'm a little bit confused. What does his social media have to do with the women that he might have followed before he got married? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. That's like saying that if a dude gets into a relationship, automatically you need to be getting rid of all of the women that you ever followed on YouTube, Twitter, IG, and everywhere else, because now you're singly with this woman. Imagine if a man were to say that to his wife. Imagine if a man were to say that to his girlfriend. Do you understand how women would turn that around and say, like, oh, you're so insecure? Why does she have to sit up there and get rid of all of her male friends because you're here now? Just because you're here now doesn't mean that you're going to be the man of tomorrow. That's what they'll sit up there and say. But now it's a whole think piece, and you got these women trying to do Inspector Gadget detective work. But somebody like this person here, who's doing all of this talking, I promise you they never did this type of detective work on any of their boyfriends. But you got the tag on your Twitter called bad bitch. Right. Okay. It'd be quote unquote bad bitches out here single. It'd be bad bitches competing with other bad bitches, but claiming that they straight. But yet you're competing with other women for the attention of other women. You're getting BBLs. You're getting your stomach tucked in. You're getting your lips done, your makeup and your hair to quote unquote compete for a man. But realistically, you're competing with other women for the attention of other women, even though you're saying that you're competing for the attention of one man. What are we doing out here? But nobody wants to talk about that though, right? Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to bring that up. Nobody want to mention that. Well, magically, every woman out here want to call themselves a bad bitch, but the moment in time that a man calls a woman a bitch, it's a negative thing. Nobody want to talk about that though? Okay. All right. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like I said before, it's crazy going through a lot of these comment sections and seeing women literally hoping on the downfall of her marriage, wanting for her to not be married to a black man because they want her to be married to a Tom Welling, a Justin Timberlake. Notice Justin Timberlake is married to a white woman, but they still want her to be married to Justin Timberlake. They want her to be married to Zac Efron, all of these other dudes. But the moment in time that she decided to be with a black man, it's a problem. Now they got to come up and try to like shake her real quick to let her know that she's doing the wrong thing. That's crazy. This young woman who is more accomplished than any of these women who are giving their think pieces on social media, making any of these videos, more accomplished than any of them, feel that they have enough experience to literally tell her who to be properly married to, who is a proper husband, when all of them got failed relationships. They done been through 9 to 12 different relationships. Some of them ain't even never had the option of a dude sitting up here saying like, yo, I want to be engaged to you. Yo, we're going to get married. But they got the nerve to be critiquing this woman and her marriage and the guy that she's married to. That's crazy. But like I said, I'm going to showcase to y'all the problem and the cancer that is directly out here. And the main thing that's going to take place is going to be dead silence, because I'm showing you a problem, and the problem ain't her husband. It's the women and the black women who are coming through, especially the black women, who are coming through with these think pieces on Twitter, on IG, on YouTube, on TikTok about her husband and about her marriage. This dude ain't never laid hands on her. You don't got no video of him doing nothing. This ain't like a Krishan and Blueface type of deal. And the craziest part is you got a lot of women all interested in bigging up that situation, that toxic situation, where both people are literally physically assaulting people, but yet you got two black people at peace. And because these two black people are at peace, black people are like, oh no, this ain't good. We can't have black people peaceful because this is not how I grew up. This is not how I've seen black love. This is not what I've seen in any Madea movie or any type of Lifetime film or any type of trash ghetto hood film. It has to be toxic. In order for it to make sense, in order for it to actually be true love, we need to have some type of destruction, some type of devaluing going on, some type of disrespect happening. So because that's not happening, you got black people out here, you got black women out here trying to force and push that disrespect so that this peaceful relationship makes sense, because this is something that they never seen with their father and their mother, with their aunt and their uncle, with their grandmother and their grandfather. This is something that they never experienced within their own relationships. So like I said, I'm showing you the signs and the symptoms of a cancer. And it's up to other people directly out there that want to pay attention to all of this stuff. This is crazy. Like this person said, y'all upset at her for not being more upset at her husband when she is the one happy and married this Christmas. And then you're gonna have a lot of women saying like, oh, but what if we don't want to be married? I'm not looking for marriage or any, like I said, there's always some type of excuse. I promise you, whenever comment, this is a fire ass comment. Matter of fact, this comment is right there. Whenever you got comments like this, you will have people out there that won't specifically respond underneath the comment. They'll respond under several other comments specifically pointing out this comment, as to make it seem as though that they're not responding specifically to this person. But they'll mention it though. Like I said, it's crazy. It don't make no sense. You literally have a happy black marriage and people want to destroy it, and people don't even see what the problem is. People want to say that her husband is a problem when realistically they are the problem. You got all of these, for the most part, all of these women that's up here that want to get on Simone. How about you fix the toxic relationships in between your father and your mother? How about you do that? Fix the toxic relationship in between your parents, in between your family. Because a lot of these women directly out here that want to talk about Simone, they're not even sitting up there hanging out or loving their families. They're not even going to family gatherings. They still got anger from last year. But they don't want to talk about how toxic they are with their family, or how they are with their friends, or how they are with the relationship with their coworkers. They want to sit up there and focus on this because Simone is a celebrity. She's on a world stage. And in order for any of these small-minded, smooth-brained people to get any type of recognition, they got to say something underneath her profile, because why? She's famous. She made a brand. Everybody in the world knows who Simone Biles is. So let me attach my name directly to her, because it's quite funny thinking back. You got the one woman that basically wanted to say that Simone's husband is just riding her coattails, when realistically, as a woman, you're underneath another woman's Twitter riding her coattails of fame so that you can get acknowledged, because you couldn't do it by yourself, because you got less than 1,000 followers. But you want to sit up there and state that her husband is riding her coattails because she's famous, she's accomplished, she's done more than him and all this other type of stuff, but yet you're underneath her comment section getting some little bit of acknowledgement, probably more than you've ever gotten on your whole history of Twitter. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like I said, and like I'm going to keep saying, much love, respect, and appreciation to Simone Biles and her relationship. I was happy to hear that she got into a relationship way back when. I was happy about the engagement, and I'm happy about the marriage. Like I said, don't allow these full clown ass women to sit up there and try to seep into your mind and try to morph your vision of what happiness in a marriage and understanding of your partner basically is, because that's all they're trying to do. These are 100% unhappy women who are unhappy with their relationship, because I promise you, The moment in time, if Simone Biles was single, they wouldn't be saying nothing about Simone Biles. If she wasn't in a relationship, they wouldn't be speaking on and saying nothing about Simone Biles. If Simone Biles ducked out from the limelight, none of these women would be bringing up her name or saying nothing about her. But because she's happy in a relationship and she's married and they're not, this is why they want to start talking. It's crazy. 100% crazy. Like I said, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, right? So the next thing I want to take y'all over to is this, right? I'm going to give y'all a video, but before I go to the video, I'm going to read to you about this woman. I might mispronounce her name. It is what it is. So it says, our commander staff meet Chief Jacqueline Gwen Valero. I'm just going to say Chief Jacqueline Gwen, right? He said on January 2nd, 2023, Mayor Craig Greenberg appointed Jacqueline to serve as the interim chief of Louisville Metro Police Department, or the LMPD. After conducting a comprehensive nationwide search, the mayor selected Gwen to become Louisville's next permanent police chief on July 20th of 2023. During her tenure as intern chief, Gwen created new initiatives, including, but not limited to, the following: continuous work of implementing police reforms, establishing the non-fatal shooting squad, right? Implementing the Stop the Violence community outreach program, and the expansion of the Louisville Metro Police Activities League. Prior to serving as interim chief, she was appointed as LMPD's deputy chief back in 2021 and was second in command for the police department. She began her law enforcement career with the Atlanta Police Department, or the APD, back in 1997, where she served until joining the LMPD. As an APD officer, Gwen served as a patrol officer, a field investigator officer, and worked in the following units as a detective: vice, narcotics, gang and guns, and domestic violence. Upon promotion to sergeant, she had the opportunity to work in patrol, the police training academy, and the personal/human resource section, right? So that was just a little bit, right? It sounds all great. It sounds all good, correct? Right? This is a black woman who was the police chief. It should be all good. As we always say, we need more black people to be in the police force because it's going to be way beneficial for us, right? So let's go into this video right here.
Well, who was on the scene at the time, testified Monday that there was no body camera footage from her camera because she was not wearing the device. However, attorneys for Mitchell's family and others injured proved otherwise.
If you would have had it on you, you obviously would have turned it on, right? Because you were out there, you were interacting with the public, right?
I would have activated it if I had it on.
That's your story, you're sticking to it.
That's my statement.
I want to show the jury some truth and transparency. Where's the footage, Chief? Did you delete it?
I didn't believe anything.
How's the jury supposed to believe that if you said all along you didn't even have it with you? How are we as a community supposed to believe it? You have an answer?
Is this the day of the incident?
7/6/21. How are we supposed to believe you? Thank you for the transparency.
So you heard that, right? So obviously something went down, and the police chief basically stated that her camera, she wasn't wearing it, or it wasn't on. And you heard the lawyer, he was like, so, where's the footage, chief? Like, we can clearly see that there's a picture of you and a camera, but where is the footage? So you mean to tell me that this black woman is a police chief and she's on the stand basically lying or hiding footage? That don't sound good. That does not sound beneficial for the black community at all. And note, again, this is a black woman. She obviously has black male relatives. She obviously has black family. She might even potentially have black kids. I don't know because I didn't research it that deep. But for the fact that you got this woman on the stand, and to my knowledge, he did use the terminology chief. Yeah, he called her chief. So why is it that she either wasn't wearing a body camera or the body camera wasn't on? So if the body camera was there, so then where's the footage? Why wasn't it on? Did you delete it? Did you erase it? What was so incriminating about it that magically it just disappeared? Like I said, just having black people there is not going to fix a corrupt system. It's still going to be corrupt. It's just going to be now corrupt with black people in it. In order to fix the police system, in order to actually have, real reform, you have to destroy it from the ground and rebuild it. You got to get rid of everybody that is a part of it. And I'm going to tell you what's also going to happen. And Gail technically just brought this up. She was like, she's making it hard for all of us. She supports the argument that black ran communities are dump sites. And then I'm also going to add on to what Gail said. The fact that she's a black woman and she's in a position of power, now this is going to reflect badly on black women who also get a position of power, because now everybody's going to be like, well, if we got these police chiefs that are black women not doing nothing, shit is still going wrong. If we got these black women DAs that's doing the same shit the white DAs are sitting up there doing, and so on and so on and so on, what's the use of having black women in power if they're just going to do the exact same thing as quote unquote the enemy? That's going to be now the argument, because people can now point to black women in these specific areas in order to support that argument. And this is why I sit up there and tell people before, black women got to start calling this stuff out. Y'all got to be on the forefront of calling this stuff out. Just like black women were at the forefront when Biden first got into office, when you had the Latin community, you had women from the Latin community and stuff wanted to get online. They were like, yeah, we were the ones, we're the reason why Biden got into office, when realistically it was black women who were out here going door to door, stumping in certain states, and organically reaching out to people in order to help get those votes in a lot of states. But you wanted to have other people try to come up in and try to push and claim that this is what they were doing. So just as loud as black women were there, black women need to be just as loud, if not more, when it deals with these black women who are in this role of power, who are messing it up, who are messing up the look. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, this police chief is messing it up for a lot of black women directly out here. It's going to be looking bad. Going to be looking bad. So, I just hope that black women are out here paying attention. I very much hope so. And shout out to the people who left when I started talking about some of this stuff. Shout out, much love to a lot of those people. Because again, some of the messages that I put directly out here, it ain't for a lot of people. Because a lot of people, the moment in time that you start speaking on or critiquing black women and start putting out certain things that black women should be doing, a lot of people start running away from the conversation. They don't want to engage. They don't even want to listen because they feel like they know what's right, even in the face of facts. So shout out to all of those people. So the next thing I want to bring up is this lunacy right here. Let's just take a listen.
Hey, so we're having a real debate right here. I am non-binary. I am a non-binary woman. I have a vagina owner. And my husband tells me consistently that he is a cis man that likes vagina. And that's how he identifies, as a straight cis man. I find it offensive that my husband sees himself as straight when he's married to someone who is non-binary. I'm not a woman. So you're not straight. You're actually queer. And he won't acknowledge that. He won't give me the acceptance of, yes, I understand we are a queer marriage and I am inherently queer because I am attracted to all vagina owners, not just girls. He likes non-binary spectrum women, non-binary people, no gender, that have a vagina. He just likes vagina. He just does not like penis. So what he's saying is kind of an insult to the LGBT community, honestly. It is to me. That he's not willing to accept our marriage is queer because I'm non-binary and I'm pansexual. He would inherently be pansexual. Am I wrong? Because he likes anyone, not based on genitalia, but he likes them for who they are in the heart. And he likes vagina owners. So what is he? And is this offensive?
So we all heard that madness, right? And she then wanted to post, she was like, is this offensive to anyone in the LGBTQIA plus community? I'm giving him 48 hours to apologize for his recent behavior. He is queer, right? He can't be straight if he's married and sleeps with me, right? This is what I'm talking about. I'm not even sure how she even got married. I don't know what drugs this man was on when he decided to get married to this woman. I do not know. I am all for this man getting a divorce. If I had the money, I would pay for him to get a divorce. If I was literally like, if I had Elon money, I would go meet that man. I would pay for him to get a divorce right now as I'm speaking to you guys. I'm not even playing. This no man needs to deal with madness like this. Because I'm going to state this again. If you are of a certain community and you have certain beliefs, then you should be realistically dating people within that community who understand you, who are of that belief, who have that same type of sense that you have. But this is also showing the fact that a lot of those people within that community still want to be with what would be considered normal, everyday people, right? They don't have these beliefs. They're not calling themselves all of these pronouns and all of these other types of things, right? Like I said, it's a little bit confusing to me when I see stuff like this, when you clear could have your own community, your own beliefs, your own encyclopedia, your own people, but yet you don't really want to date and get married to them. You want to still date and get married to everybody else. And then you want to indoctrinate them into your beliefs and what it is that you're talking about. It's crazy. That's crazy. You're trying to literally force this man into your belief system. Isn't this the exact same thing that the LGBTQIA community has been fighting against? They're fighting against straight people, putting them into this box, forcing them into this box, but yet she's doing this to her husband. She's like, oh, well, by association, because I'm this and that then puts you in this box with me. You can't not say that you're not this if I'm this. So by like, that's crazy to me. How are you fighting against something, but yet you're for it at the same time when it specifically is deemed correct by you? That's crazy. This is why I can't, subscribe to, just random type of information directly out here, because it doesn't make sense. People will only deem stuff wrong when it doesn't benefit them. So the same thing that they claim that straight people, that heterosexual people do every single day, she's doing that to her husband, and she deems that as being correct. Huh? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, yo, I don't know who this man is. You better make sure you don't have no kids. Oh, dear God. Like, if you got kids, it's over. Those kids are done for. Those kids are done for. It is good. You will never get them in court. You will never get them in court. Bro, it is curtains for you. So, like I said, I don't know who this man is. Get a divorce right now. Pronto. Quick. Whatever you got to sit, even if you got to sit up there and restart your life, do that. This is not worth it. This is not worth it. This is going to be terrible. Oh, no. RJ, trust me, I know. I wasn't going to say nothing about the septum ring, because we all know whenever you start seeing the septum ring on people, you already know what it is. It's the same thing every single time. You can't make this up. You just can't. Every single time you go online and you see somebody with a septum ring, you already know what's about to happen. You already know. You can just sit back, because you're going to be proven right. You're going to be proven right. It's like rolling the dice and winning every single time. It's crazy. You're going to win 90% of the time anytime you see somebody with a septum ring. Yo, it's crazy. It is crazy out here. Yo, Shamika, what is up? Shout out to RJ, Spiritually Awakened. Gail yet again. Black First Coffee. What is up to everybody that is currently in? And shout out to Rebecca. What is up? What is up? What is up? Shout out to everybody in Stardust as well. Again, shout out to everybody in the comment section at this moment in time. Much love, respect, and appreciation. But again, this is crazy. This is completely ridiculous how stuff like this can happen. She literally called herself a vagina owner. I'm like, what the hell even is that? Like, that doesn't, like, you're literally trying to separate yourself into 3 different boxes. You might as well say that you're not even a person at this point. It's like, this is, like I said, I don't really have time to try to decipher, get an encyclopedia or do it. Like I said, and I'm not. I am not on that type of time. I got too much other stuff to really care about and try to decipher and figure out that's way beyond any of this stuff of now. Like I said, we got stuff from the 1940s. we got stuff during, before slavery and after slavery. We got stuff 5,000 years back. I would rather educate myself and spend time on that versus dealing with any of this madness of now. Like, I'm just not. I'm just not. That's crazy. That is crazy. But this video, this is going to be a little bit something different. A brand new term that came out. I was laughing for about like 5 minutes when I heard this woman say this. When you hear it, I'm going to probably replay it twice so y'all can catch it. But when she said the term, my brain just like, the hamster was like, what? So let me just play this real quick. Let me just rewind that real quick and play it.
Did not have a forever family, because you can't build forever families with orangutans, because everything with them is transactional. This woman had a husband, a home, a new child, a chef, housekeepers, access to vehicles, all of the worldly trappings of happiness, and still could not manage her misery. You're not grateful. What does she do? She does what all orangutans do. They create chaos where none exists, and then they tear down their own homes with their own hands. And then they sit back and they just watch the flames. They just watch the flames.
You can't save her, man. Learn that. She don't want to be saved.
Yo, she said orangutans. That threw me for I'm like, hold on. I'm like, wait, a orangutan. I'm like, yo. Oh my God. Wow. That's a new one right there. Let me tell you, leave it up to black people to come up with something. I kid you not. Oh my good Lord. I kid you not. Wait, Black First said, do I got a Cash App? Yeah. It should be at the bottom of the screen. I forgot to put the banner up. But I got the Cash App is directly at the bottom of the screen. Much love, respect, and appreciation in advance as well, brother. Much love, respect, and appreciation. I've never heard that before. Orangutans. That is, I'm gonna have to put that in my repertoire of wording, because good Lord, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. I've never heard that before in my life. Wow, orangutans. Woo, man. Yeah, it's going in the Black Dictionary. That's bars. That's straight bars. But I also want to put this into perspective. I want to say that with this video, I think that she was referring to Tyrese's ex-wife, I think. I think that should have been the one that stated that I showed y'all the video of her as well. She said during a podcast that the reason that she got divorced was because she was listening to other people. But let me be more specific. She got divorced because she was listening to other women. And then she came back and realized that if I never listened to those other women, I would still be married to Tyrese. So it goes back into what I've been stating for like the last few days, that women will bring other women down with them. That when you have women that are unhappy about their situation, they want to make sure that you're unhappy in your situation. And this is what I specifically tell black women: be very careful about the women that you have around you and that you share your happiness with, because just because they're around you and they're there and they've been there for a long time, you've known them, oh, this is my girl, we've been there since the 2nd grade, that don't mean that she gonna be happy with you when you're married, when you're engaged, when you're getting proposed to, when you're having your first child, when he's giving you roses, when he's buying you gifts, when he's getting you a brand new house, a brand new car, when he's investing into your business or in your dreams, when he's pivoting so that he can stay at home and you can go out there and chase your dreams, best believe she's going to be mad. She is going to be angry. She is going to be seething at the fact that you got something that she desires that she can never have. And those same exact women that are angry will also try to step into your relationship to do 2 things: to try to prove that they're that great friend that they've always been by sleeping with your husband, and also having that great husband so that you can no longer have him, so that you're now in the same predicament that you were in before you met your husband. So like I said, y'all better be black women, y'all better be paying attention to these women that y'all got around y'all. This is looking crazy. Looking real crazy. So now we're gonna step over to a whole nother video. So let's just take a look at this, and I wanna see what y'all think about this. Right? Let me rewind this back and start it.
That's why I'm gonna show the world how you be doing.
I don't care.
See, what? See, look at you. Trying to take my tea. I'm gonna show everybody how you
spend my birthday with another dude.
Nigga, you was busy.
Exactly. Tell the world this. She's a gold digger.
Nigga, you trifling anyway. And what you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go right down there and I'm gonna go pick the TV up the same way. It don't even matter.
No, you're not. You ain't getting this TV back. Buy your own TV. Tell your other dude to buy your TV. I'm not dealing with you. Ain't stop following me.
I ain't gonna follow you anyway.
Stop following
the
me.
same way I pulled up on you at that crib too. I pull up on you there.
I don't care. Like I said, she's a gold digger, bro.
I'm a gold digger, but you. I'm a gold digger. I'm a gold digger, but you had some jugs in your face at the strip club.
Nah, bro. Man, come on, man.
Jugs in your face at the strip club.
Man,
yeah, nah.
Anyways, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. You're not getting this TV back. Stop following me.
Yeah.
Stop following me.
Tell the world how you got poked in the eye too by that nipple. Till you look at you. Look at you.
Lame,
Yeah, you lame. You lame.
Always talking like that's why I don't want to be with you.
And that's why I'm telling you right now.
Stupid stuff.
Yeah, I'm saying stupid stuff, but you left that out your conversation. You left that out your conversation.
Trash. You're not getting this.
All right, you can't even fit it in the trash.
You're not getting it. You're not getting this TV back. You're not getting it back. You might as well wrap it up. You're not getting it back. It's done for. You can have the cord, you can plug it in.
You trifling, you know that, right?
You're not getting this back. You see
trifling.
everybody? When you act like she do this, what happened? I don't care. Call me lame, post a video. I don't care.
Now I say this. Now this was from everything that he stated. This was his TV. He bought it. So it's his property. He has the right to sit up there and slam it, break it through a sender, put it on a freeway so it can get ran over by a tractor trailer, whatever, right? She felt that she was in the right of everything, even though the man stated that, yo, it was my birthday and you were out here spending time with another man. And she wanted to justify that by trying to say, well, you was out here with the strip club with women all in your face. Okay, it's a strip club. All right. So what were we talking about? Did you see him in like the VIP lounge? Was he getting like greased down? The Gawk 3000? Like, was that what you saw him happening? Or did you see a woman performing her normal job, which is a lap dance? She flashing him or whatnot or whatever. Obviously, I'm just going to say this. He wouldn't have to be at the strip club if your mouth wasn't running like this. If you wasn't trifling. If you wasn't showing off the same behavior that you're showing right now online, he wouldn't be at a strip club. He obviously is at a strip club because, number one, you're not fun. Number two, you're not his peace of mind. And number three, you're causing all types of chaos. He is there because he's like, all right, one of two situations. Either y'all live together and that's not his place, or second reason, is that y'all live together and something there about you, he's like, yo, even though we go through all of this other type of stuff, it's like this little thing is what basically keeps me here. Either one of those two options. But like, let me go back to what I said before. He wouldn't have to go to the strip club if you was doing the shit that you're supposed to be doing. Just to be real, just to be honest. If your mouth wasn't running 1,000 miles per minute, if you weren't out here doing trifling ass shit, such as spending on his birthday being out there with another man, like, what are we talking about? You can't justify nothing. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You literally got women on social media trying to do this yell, this rallying battle cry to other women to basically try to shame this dude and his actions. But realistically, she's the wrongest person here. You're in a relationship with a man, but on his birthday, you're out there spending time with another man. Huh? And then you want to sit up there and film him breaking a TV that he paid for with his own money. And then you're going to try to tell him, oh, I'm just going to follow you. I'm just going to follow you like I pulled up at whatever house. Why was you pulling up at houses? You seem a little bit insecure. He didn't pull up on you when you was hanging out with that dude, though. Because we all would have known what would have happened if that dude would have pulled up at the scene there. It would have been a whole problem. But like I said before, she's antagonizing this dude. She's trying to get a certain reaction directly out of this dude and also film it as well. Like I said, you got a lot of women out here playing a lot of games, but nobody wants to point this out or showcase this as a fact. And you're looking at the facts in front of you. So he broke his TV, threw it, and told her exactly what he should have told her. Yo, this is my TV. I bought it. I paid for it. You're not getting it back. So go have that other dude that you were spending time with on my birthday, go tell him to buy you a new TV. And rightfully so. If you're going to be spending time with another dude on your guy's birthday, you might as well be with the other guy. Why are you still here? Why are you even recording? Shouldn't you be recording videos of you and that guy doing stuff or being out? Why are we even doing this? But like I said, this is the trifling type of behavior that you're able to witness and see on social media. And social media is going to be the doom for a lot of people. It's going to highlight a lot of ignorance, and this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of grandkids that's going to grow up, and they're going to look at a lot of this stuff on social media, and they're going to be like, yo, this is really our parents' generation? This is really what people were doing like back then during that time? Yeah, it is. You got a lot of people out here that's trifling. They're supposed to be logical, and they're not. You got a lot of people out here that's emotional, and they shouldn't be. Unstable creatures. Complete unstable creatures. Like I said, it's crazy out here. It's completely crazy. That Harachetane, that really got me. That's going to be with me for about a good week. Let me tell you. Woo! It's crazy. So let's go to the next video.
He's getting my feet rubbed. Like, nigga, where my funds at? Like, I'm ready to get the fuck on.
All right. So this is the point that I'm making. I'll be honest with you. I generally tell men never to pick you. And
I tell them I'm not who you want to pick. They want to pick me though.
Yeah, understood.
They think they can change me. And right now I don't.
That's the stupidest thing ever.
I don't want to be changed. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yo, I was just gonna say it, J. Astro.
I don't want to be changed.
Don't say that she don't want to be changed.
I don't.
So I'm so glad you articulated that to the gentleman. She does not want to be changed. If you want to deal with her and jump into her lifestyle, and most likely,
I hope you got 9K a week.
Oh, so you don't have to match that.
Yeah, because it's like if I'm in a bed with you and my phone ringing, where you think I'm going?
So let me just rewind that real quick. This woman right here said, you better be having 9K a week. I'm going to go back to what I said before in the previous live stream. There is no woman out here where vagina is worth 12K. I'm so sorry. I am broke, and I'm talking from broke pockets. You are damn right. But even if I had Elon Musk money, I'm not about to be spending no 12 directly on no one night. We're 12 is an investment. 12 is that's an investment. You can do a lot of investing with 12K. You can buy up quite a bit of gold and silver and palladium with 12K. You can do something with some stocks with 12K. You can make some moves in crypto with 9K. Like we're not these are the games that a lot of women want to sit up there and play, where they want to inflate themselves to this price. But yet at the same time, women sit up there and say that you can't buy me. I don't have a price. I'm not property. But yet you got women all day, every day on social media telling you that they got a price. So who's the problem? Are we going to say that men are the problem, or are we going to say that women are the problem because women are stating that there is a problem, but then they're also feeding into the problem and then still lying about the problem and stating that there is not a problem, but then want to turn around and say that men are the problem? Which one is it? Because I don't realistically know anymore. Nothing about this woman says 9K. But if you got dudes out there that are willing to pay her 9K, it is what it is. That's people willing to do all of these. Like I said, I'm speaking from broke pockets. I don't see the value there, because whatever she has, there's 100 other women that got that exact same thing, and that also look better. That could also do it better. So what is the 9K for? She talking about lying up in the bed. Like, let me tell you, she was complaining about previous when she was in the bed with a guy and maybe he was trying to give her a massage and a foot rub. She's like, yo, I'm trying to just get up out of here because she got calls, right? She is for the street. She is on the curb. That's what she's basically saying. And I'm going to 100%. The one thing I will sit up there and respect about her, that she sat up there and said that, yo, I tell guys not to pick me. I respect that. I can probably sit up there and dissect every single thing else, but I respect the fact that she's honest and that she knows. And for a lot of dudes out here to basically know this and to still be foolish, and you think that you can sit up there and change this woman, you're stupid. You dumb as hell. And if you inevitably end up getting a woman like this pregnant, or you get yourself caught up, that is your dumbass fault as a man for spending 9K deciding to have unprotected sex, getting her pregnant, and then expecting that she's going to be this magical housewife. You're not going to automatically turn a hoe to a housewife. You're not doing that. It ain't happening. Things are still going to be lingering. Things are still going to sit up there and be there. She is clearly telling you that. She is directly telling you that she is a hoe. You are not making her a girlfriend. You are not making her responsible. You are not making her a fiance. You are not making her a mother. You are not making her a wife. That is clear cut what she is telling you. She is like, I am about the money and only the money. Let it be. So this is why, again, I don't feel sorry for a lot of dudes out there that decides to go this route and find women like this, knowing that you can't change them, but you feel that you can change it because you got the money. You feel that you are just that guy. You're stupid. You're 1,000% stupid. So when women out here start clowning dudes like that, I can't even get mad because you brought it on yourself. You brought it directly on yourself. But let's see what's going to happen. Like Black First said, what the market will bear. Let's see what the market is going to say when the stocks, when let's say when a stock market crash happens. When a housing market crash, when everything is looking critical. Let's see how many of these women that be on OnlyFans and whatnot be talking about, oh, I'm worth 9K and all. In order to be with me, you got to be able to pay 300. Let's see what their price is going to be looking like. Because when everything is down for everybody, everybody's prices come down. But they're going to try to tell you different because they're going to be like, oh, my value is still my value no matter what. Okay. All right, let an insurrection happen. Let the whole country go into some type of lockdown. Let's go into a war. Let's see if you're still charging all those thousands of dollars for dates in order for a guy to also sleep with you. Let's see if you still got those same prices. I bet you won't, because now it's survival time, and ain't no dude about to be recklessly spending money on your dumb ass. Ain't doing that. Ain't doing that. Like I said, that's crazy. That is 1,000% crazy. And like I said, I love my brothers directly out here. I really do. But a lot of brothers out here are stupid and too simple-minded and think way too much with they dick. And it's crazy. You got to have way more control than that. You spending 9K in order to be with this? What? 9K for what? Can she write programs? Does she know C+ programs? Can she write Ubuntu? Can she like actually create an app for you? Like, where is her education directly lying? Like, what can she actually make beyond all of the sex, beyond what is deemed to be pretty? Because, like I said before, a lot of these women, when they talk about they're this and they're that, let's take a baby wipe, let's take some of these makeup wipes, and let's clear off that face. Let's take out that hair. Let's redo whatever modern medical science did on the table. Let's do all of that stuff and see if you're actually worth that 9K. And I promise you, 9 times out of 10, they are not. It's always the most made up women on social media talking about they got a higher price than every other woman. You got women in India that beauty wise that will outclass the women that you're looking directly, and they're looking like that naturally. Let me reiterate that. Third world, right? Which some people consider India to be. Third world, right? You got women in India that will outclass this woman in looks, just naturally. No makeup, no fake hair, no fake eyelashes. They got their natural garb directly on of their country. They got a little bit of jewelry on, and that's it. But she's talking about she's worth 9K. So if she's 9K, so how much would the women over there in India that look better than her be able to charge? Huh? Like I said before, this is what happens when you have the market that you have and there's not really any type of competition of natural beauty. Because let other women from other countries start coming over here that are just naturally just God gifted just as they are. Oh, a lot of these prices are going to be changing because the market is going to have to sit up there and shift. Because why would a dude pay 9K for this and it's all made up, it's a fairy tale, versus somebody who is natural? Why? And again, I'm against the dude sitting up there spending 9K. Like, it's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, people spend 9K on special breeds of animals and, you know, putting down payments on different things or buying land or buying houses that they can flip that's going to forever bring back money. Putting 9K into this woman is not going to bring you back nothing but sorrow and pity and low pockets. That's it. That's it. So again, for a lot of the dudes out there, stop hyping up these women. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Because you are drastically messing it up. So let's go into this next one.
Your date got mad you finished the sushi when he went to the bathroom.
Damn, you ate all those pieces? Finished it that fast?
I'm really hungry.
There's like 50 pieces left. I went to the bathroom, there's 50 pieces, I come back and it's gone. What happened?
Me too, gone? When you got up, I thought you were done, honestly.
I just had to use the bathroom. I didn't think you
But like, why would you get up to use the bathroom if you're not done eating? That's weird.
So, this isn't too far-fetched because we saw the video of a woman that went on a date and the dude took her out and the woman decided to get 4 plate of oysters. I'm pretty sure some of y'all remember that. Woman decided to go on a date with the dude, got 4 plate of oysters, and she was just slurping those things down like no tomorrow. I would have dipped out too. I'm like, I don't mind a woman that can eat, but you sitting up there just, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, no, you got it. And you paying for this too. You are paying for those 4 plates along with whatever else you set up there and ordered. Our bills are completely separate. This date is completely finished. I'm a sushi type of person. I love sushi. So that was about $50+ worth of sushi that she sat up there and ate within the amount of minutes that dude was gone. You're paying for that. If I leave the table, if we basically had 100 pieces there and 50 are basically gone, ma'am, you're paying for that 50. I didn't even partake in that. I don't care if there's a whole nother 50 left because chances are she's going to try to partake in that other 50. Dude, you're paying for that share. We are splitting this check. You got your 50 for that shit on top of your drink, and then I'm going to sit up there and take the rest of this shit home, and we're calling that a day. That's ridiculous. And this is coming from a person who has spent, I've spent very good money on myself when it comes to ordering sushi. I'm talking about, a large platter, and I ate that, directly by myself. So I know how long it would specifically take to eat 50 pieces of sushi and how much that would specifically cost. On top of that, I'm not even sure a restaurant they might have been in, because in certain restaurants, they put up the prices of sushi. And she was just sitting up there knocking them boys back. Let me just go back there, right? You just see her just snapping them shits down. Snapping them down. And then she's playing coy like, oh, I thought you left. He should have left. He might as well, after she said that, go leave and be like, you know what? I'm only paying for my drink. Everything that was ordered, she got that. Because I didn't eat nothing. I would have did that. I don't care how petty that may seem. Yo, if you sit up there and go out with somebody and you're a woman and you're just eating like this, like you ain't never ate in your life, bro, we got a problem. Again, I'm the type of dude, I don't mind a woman that does know how to eat. But yo, you got to have some couth about you. So like, what is this? Have some decorum. Like, yo, act like you were not raised in a barn. Like, what is going on out here? And this is what I be talking about. Like, you don't see women eating like this when they got to pay for it. But because obviously in my mind, I'm looking at it, she's eating this fast and stuff because she's not going to be paying for this. Like I said, going back to the woman who wanted to eat all of those oysters, that free meal, she had those 4 plates and then she ordered some more stuff, slurping it down. Like, oh, that was good. What's for dessert? It's time to leave. It's time to go. It is time to part ways. Like I said, I don't have problems sitting up there going out and paying for food. I don't have a problem for that. That's cool. It's whatever. But you doing something like this, bro, you are paying for yourself. I'm looking at you as another man, and you are paying for yourself as how you are eating. If you roll up here and you eating like a dude that's going for the world Guinness record for eating the most, trying to stuff your face, yo, I'm treating you like the champion and the man that you are. You win that award, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and you also win that bill at the end of the day. That is what we're doing. That is what we are going to do at that moment in time. I promise you that. So let's go directly into this. And like I told y'all before, I really wasn't going to cover, because I told y'all before that when it deals with a lot of these wars that's going on, people will only cover it for only so long. People are only going to cover it and care about it just as long as everybody else cares about it, because it's going to generate views and all this other type of stuff. Go back and look up on IG, look at Twitter and all this other type of stuff. Everybody who cared about everything that was going on in the world, they're real quiet, right? And I told y'all that this was going to sit up there and happen. It's going to keep happening up until something else comes up. So another reason why I didn't speak about this was because I don't like how it is that both African and Black people get treated. So in order for people to understand what it is that I'm talking about, let me let some Detroit news showcase it.
A ceasefire in Gaza went way too far. They accused protesters of causing a violent disruption during the annual holiday gathering.
There were no arrests in the chaos that broke out here at the Common Pub near Wayne State Saturday night, but there was an assault that was caught on cell phone camera.
Bobby Johnson is the woman who was punched in the face by a protester, leaving her bloody.
It was something that we didn't expect. We never expect anything like that to happen to any of us that go, because we go annually to our Christmas party.
Girl, my pressure was going crazy. My heart was beating fast.
Some wearing T-shirts saying Free Palestine. Some longtime political activists say protesters went too far when they were asked to leave and refused to do so.
They were being disruptive, and they were not supposed to leave. The owner asked them to leave. I asked them to leave. They refused to leave, so they were removed from a place that they had no business and no legal right to be in.
When the protesters were being pushed out is when one of them punched Johnson in the face. Some then proceeded to bang on the windows from the outside.
And they had their boots and shoes bamming up against the windows. You can imagine how that sound and how fearful that the people were, especially the senior people that was there.
Wayne State Police were first to arrive and were told they moved them back and assisted in getting Johnson transported to the nearby hospital.
The fact is, what happened Saturday was something that should not have happened.
So you heard that, right? These are people that are supposed to be protesting, right? So they went into an establishment. You can clearly see, even in the snapshot, you got Black people all throughout there, right? You got Black elders there. They're just enjoying their time. They're just having probably a Sunday or whatever meal. And these protesters decided that they wanted to barge into this establishment where these black people were. And then one of the protesters decided to hit a black woman in the face. So all of the supporters for these people, why ain't nobody talking about how this black woman got accosted by these protesters? They're supposed to be protesting all of this peace and all this other type of shit, but then they roll up into an establishment and hit an elderly black woman in the face for no reason. She didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Y'all came in there destroying their peace, destroying their happy time that they're spending with their family, destroying their dining experience. Also, you can roll up in there and hit a black woman in the face. And people wonder why it is that I don't talk about or say anything about a lot of these, other areas and whatnot. People wonder why that is. This is why. This is why. Out of all of the places that you could go to, you decided to go to a dining establishment where you got all of these black people at. And you want to be filming and all of this. Like I said, where are the charges against those protesters? If one hit them, I want everybody charged for that same count of assault. I want everybody charged. I want everybody thrown in jail. I don't want people backed away from the building. And then even when they were told to get out and they got out, they were still on the window banging. They could have been anywhere else, but they decided that they wanted to be in an area where black people are. They wanted to destroy that dining experience. They wanted to disrupt everything that black people were sitting up there doing. For what? Like I said, that's the selfishness that I be talking about. Black people don't got nothing to do with your situation, but yet you want to sit up there and try to come at black people. But the same anger and stuff that how it is that person wanted to hit that black woman, I promise you they won't go hit their enemy like that. They won't go into their enemy's face like that. They won't go to their enemy's property or their house like that. They won't go to their enemy's business like that. They won't go to their enemy's country or area like that. But yet they are so amped to get into the face of a black woman and do something like this under the guise of protesting and trying to stop a war. Okay. So again, how many of the thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that wanted to talk about this stuff, how many of them are posting what happened to this black woman? That's what I thought. People wanted to post a whole bunch of bodies and all these other types of things, bombings and yada, yada, yada. But everybody dead silent when it deals with a black woman that's being accosted for no reason by protesters. And they're supposed to be protesting against a war. How do you protest against a war while accosting a black woman for no reason? That black woman did not hit nobody. She didn't touch nobody. She's speaking. And you decided to strike her in the face. That's showing you a type of hatred that is there. But nobody wants to pay attention to the signs and the symptoms of a cancer, though. So we're going to continue. Right?
So I have a serious question. Why is it that when a man leads with money, he becomes bitter when a woman, A, is spending all of his money, or two, he gets her, and then when she leaves or they divorce, she wants half of everything? Is the woman not entitled to receiving 50% of everything if she birthed your children, helped build your business, and took care of your home while you were away working? I really want to know. Drop some comments in the chat. Let's have the discussion. Why do men feel like women are not entitled to getting 50% or helping you spend the money that you led with in the beginning of the relationship? Help me.
So we heard that, right? And I want to throw this directly in there. She said if. So if I'm going by the societal standards that women have at this moment in time, and I'm speaking in general, that I look on social media and I see women on podcasts, I see women on Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all of these places. If I see women basically stating that a man has to already have it before he gets to her, why then would a man have to give you half of anything because you didn't build nothing? You didn't build shit. You were just there. You didn't make it happen. You didn't help him invest. You didn't deal with the lawyers and the paperwork and the computer. You weren't there when he was struggling, and you wasn't doing none of that because you want a guy that's already pre-built so that you don't have to do nothing. You could just sit there and relax and say, look at what it is that I got. Look at it and what it is that I acquired, because it took no work and it took no effort. This is what I'm talking about. This type of shit, it sounds great when people say it, but then when you start breaking it down, you realize how stupid this shit is. Let's put it into perspective. Let's say that the people are together, right? And the dude did start a business. Let's take the aspect of children directly out of it, because every woman always wants to throw children out of there. You know, they want to throw them in the conversation. When a lot of women out here in general say that, oh, I don't want children, I'm not going to have children, all this stuff. So I throw children directly out of there because I get tired of women saying that. And a lot of these women don't even have kids, but they want to make that argument, which is crazy to me. So a guy's in a relationship with a woman or a marriage, and he works his ass off to basically make his business, which means that also, because there's nothing really for her to do at home, she's sitting up there working her own job, her own career. So if they get divorced, why would then said woman who has a career and money and all of her own shit, why would she then still need half of whatever it is that that man built up or acquired? You didn't do anything. He literally did that shit himself. Again, you're not his secretary. You're not doing the phone calls. You're not managing the emails. You're not writing any of the programs. You're not doing any of the law paperwork. You're not putting in any of the time and the effort that a man normally has to do in order to sacrifice to get those hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, it's crazy to me to always hear women make this argument as if they deserve this because of something. What are we talking about here? Because the moment in time that you had Mary J. Blige, she had to sit up there and pay alimony or whatever it was. Everybody wasn't sitting up there trying to call that equality. They were saying that that man is broke. They were saying, oh, what type of man is going to sit up there and accept and take money from a woman, put a woman on alimony? That's broken, dusty type of behavior. So what is it that when women sit up there and do that same thing? Oh, I got it. That's a win. She's supposed to get that because only off of the aspect of that she's a woman. And then women want to add in, oh, well, he probably cheated. He probably had kids on the side. We men always say something that they're not supposed to say. All of these arguments, I can tell you from my experience with men that, men said this and that. So I can only imagine women will start writing these think pieces and theorizing and using their own experiences in order to throw that on a situation so that their opinion, their thesis has legs to stand on. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is the selfish type of behavior that I'm talking about. You are not deserving of anything. If a guy decides that he wants to give you money, he can give you money because it is his money. Like, it's crazy to me when people feel like they're entitled to something because of specific reasons. Oh, you had kids, you had this, you had that. Nah, that don't mean that you're entitled. Now, morally, if we're running on like a moral aspect and you guys had kids and all this other type of stuff, yeah, he should want to sit up there and make sure that his kids are fine. No problem with that. But again, that doesn't mean that you're 100% entitled of any of his money. Now, I will sit up there and say that from my perspective, I feel that those kids are entitled to money, to something. That should be placed into specific accounts directly for them. Those are the only ones that realistically should be entitled. As a woman with two legs who should have a career, something established, you shouldn't be entitled to anything, because I'm pretty sure if we do the reverse, women aren't going to sit up there and say, women would clown a guy. Just imagine if a dude made the same video that this woman made. Do you understand how much women everywhere, including feminists, would sit up there and clown that man for saying something like that? It's like, oh, you're a man. Even other guys will come out and clown that man for saying that. But yet when women have been doing this historically, it's completely fine and dandy. Nobody really bats an eye. Nobody says anything. Nobody tries to correct anything. Everybody says that this logic is completely sound and logical. Ridiculous. Like I said before, it's funny how double standards are applied, and it's funny how double standards work. People say that we need to get rid of double standards, but the ones that specifically apply and people are able to benefit from, people are like, oh no, there's no problem with this one. Go deal with the other ones. That's crazy. That's crazy. I expect the world to sit up there and do better for humanity, but that's a failure on my part because I'm expecting something of other people. I'm expecting people to do something that I feel is right. And no, I said that I feel is right. Feelings have nothing to do with reality. Reality is what reality is. So the reality of the situation is that you are not entitled to another person's money. Realistically, the only people that should be entitled are the kids. That's bloodline. That's related. Those are yours. That's it. As a woman, no, you are not entitled. You are not. Because you're not going to sit up there and say a man is entitled when he gets divorced from his wife and she's making more and she has billions of dollars. You're not going to sit up there and say, oh yeah, take her through the ringer. Take her to the bank. Make sure you get half of those billions. You're not going to say that. You're not going to say run up the bag. Run up the bag, bro. Run up the bag. No, you ain't going to be saying that. Y'all going to be trying to clown that man. Like I said, I done seen this before on social media. And when guys go online and they point out the double standard, it's dead silent in there. Or if a woman wants to speak and have a rebuttal, now she want to call the guys that are making a rebuttal and showcase the double standard. Oh, y'all real sassy. Y'all must want to be sitting in a woman's seat. Y'all think that y'all bad bitches now. Right? That's how they try to shame men into not making everything equal. But yet women are fighting for equality every single day. It's crazy. Completely crazy. And this woman is crazy. Any woman that is going online on her whatever, agreeing with like this type of, good Lord. Good Lord. Lord have mercy. May the gods help you. So let's go over to the next one, right? And this is in a sense a little bit of justice.
To take the child, pick up the child, and be involved in the schooling. He would have that right anyway, pursuant to MCL 722.30.
Yes.
Ma'am, don't shake your head unless you know the law. Or that the child be turned over to him immediately, forthwith, and that he will have the child for the 63 days that he has been denied as make-up parenting time. Yes. As a result of your failing to turn over, as this court has ordered, the court is going to remand you to the Calhoun County Sheriff, where you will remain incarcerated until such time as the child is turned over to the plaintiff.
Okay.
So you can go with the deputy.
I want to say, I don't know who this judge is. Shout out to that judge. Shout out to that judge. Because it is not too often that you see an instance where a father, and this is the clown right here, I had to pull it back. This is the clown of a mother right here, who decided that she wanted to keep the father. Now, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what a lot of people don't get to see. You got women out here that are trying to keep the kids or the kid away from the father. The father's literally in court fighting tooth and nail, spending time when he should be working and trying to build up his wealth and all this other, get himself straight. He got to go through court to deal with women like this because they feel that they have the right to keep a child away from the father. And what women don't want to acknowledge out here is that you got men out here every single day going through the court system, going through the ringer, trying to sit up there and see their kids. But women want to sit up there, oh, men ain't out here fighting. Men ain't out here fighting. Women are the only ones that actually care about the kids. Realistically, it's not. A lot of women only care about the kids because there's money involved. I promise you this. Let's do this. Let's see what happens. If at any point in time the government is like, there is no more child support, that is going to take place. We are cutting off all child support by the 1st of January. Let's see what a lot of women are going to be sitting up there doing. I promise you, women everywhere are going to be crying on social media. They ain't going to know what to do. You're going to hear about a lot of kids getting abandoned, getting dropped off somewhere. You're going to hear about a lot of missing kids. You're going to hear about a lot of kids getting dropped off at their parents' house. I'm talking about her parents' house. You're going to hear a lot of this madness happening. And you're going to really see how many mothers are actually out here versus how many women are out here and caring, quote unquote, caring about kids only because they got a price tag attached to them. Like I said, I done showed y'all clips of the women on the reel talking about, oh, well, if the father is giving money for the kids, I can go spend that money on a wig. I can go buy some red bottoms. I can go buy me a purse. I can go get my nails done. What the hell does your looks have to do with the well-being and the caring of a child? Like, that's crazy. That's supposed to go towards a water bill, maybe the tuition for school, maybe clothes, food. It don't got nothing to do with you. But nobody want to talk about that, though. Nobody want to talk about how all of these women that quote unquote they bad bitches and they got 19 kids. Nobody want to talk about how they're using all that money to facilitate their bad bitch era. How it is that they got those high price shoes because they got kids from a multitude of different dudes. They got government assistance and they also getting child support and they cashing all of that in to quote unquote be a bad bitch. But then they kids turn around and look like they in a third world country. And they're going to the worst schools with the worst education systems. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, how many women out here that always been bad-mouthing fathers, how many of them are going to showcase this story where you got this woman doing this and she ain't the only one? Because there's a multitude of stories. And then I'm not even going to get on the fact of the amount of women that are out here lying in telling a man that you are the father, knowing damn well that she done slept with 5 to 6 other dudes. And like I said, ain't nobody gonna tell me shit about that because I done went through that myself. So I wish a motherfucker would try to pull up and try to tell me something different because you ain't telling me nothing different because that's an actual real life experience. So I know it exists. A lot of women don't know it exists because it can't happen to them. A guy can't sit up there and say, yo, we wasn't together for like 9 years, but this little girl right here, she yours. No, dude, you know how he would get laughed. He would get laughed at. He would get laughed at. Even people that are a part of the LGBT will laugh at that dude. Be like, yo, that's nonsense. Like, how are you even saying something? Like, what are we even talking about? They would look at him like he crazy. The whole world would look at that man like he crazy. But let a woman sit up here and just pin a random guy out here, be like, yeah, he the father. Everybody believes that he's the father. And then they want to try to use that dude and say that, oh yeah, you're the specific reason that women have a hard time out here, you know, wanting to do this and that and the third, and you and other men like you don't want to be responsible, but yet you find out that he's not the father. Where are those apologies at? You never hear women apologizing. You never hear women apologizing. Because guess what? When I went through my situation, I didn't have nobody apologize to me. Sitting up there telling me like, yo, I'm sorry that you went through this. I'm sorry that this happened. I didn't have nobody sitting up there telling me that. I ain't have a soul sitting up there telling me that. I didn't sit up there and have her family sitting up there telling me that. And that's another thing too. Yo, a lot of families out here where y'all know that these girls out here are sleeping with like random dudes and stuff. Y'all need to start apologizing to these dudes. Y'all need to start apologizing. Y'all need to sit up there and start stating what wrong is wrong. I'm tired of a lot of these families out here babying a lot of these girls that be having random sex with random dudes, getting impregnated by random dudes, magically not keeping track, and then wanting to blame somebody else. And then when it finds out that somebody else is not the father, nobody wants to apologize to that man. Nobody wants to apologize to that young man, but yet they want to tell him like, yo, you're still that child's father. You still need to be responsible. He only knows you, all this. Yo, y'all need to stop doing that, man. Like, it's crazy that nobody wants to hold women accountable for nothing. Nobody wants to hold these young girls accountable for nothing. It's crazy. But then when men like me, we come out here and tell our story and we start complaining about this shit, people, oh, you're just bitching. You crying like you crying right now. You complain like a female. Like, yo, this shit right here is crazy. And it's like that last part that I just told y'all about the apologizing, that just literally just caught up to me after all of this time. After all of this time, like, I just realized that, like, nobody really came through and apologized to me for what took place. Because it wasn't my fault. Because I realistically had trust directly in a person, believed in a person. And that's exactly where that got me. You got everybody telling you that you need to be responsible, that you need to do this, that you need to do that, even though you got something in your mind telling you that, yo, something ain't right. Everybody telling you that, oh, you just nervous and, you're just not, there yet. That happens to all guys. But yet something in your mind is telling you that it's not right. So then you go get that DNA test, and then that thing that was telling you that something ain't right, you're now proven right. And everybody that was telling you that you need to do this, that, and the third, everybody's silent and quiet. Everybody got nobody running their mouth now. All of that energy that people had to try to tell you what it is that you need to do, you don't see people returning that same energy to the woman. Like I said, I'm tired of a lot of these women out here getting off scot-free and not being responsible for anything. That's crazy to me. And I need a lot of women out here to teach their daughters better. Teach your daughters better. This don't got nothing to do with the men. This has nothing to do with the fathers. This has everything to do with being a woman and doing the things that a woman should do. You shouldn't be out here not knowing who the hell the father is to the child. You shouldn't be out here trying to stop a father that wants to be in a child's life, stopping them from being in that child's life. That just shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be happening. A father shouldn't have to sit up there and put a woman in jail because she doesn't want to allow a father to see his child. That's crazy to me. But if we're going to go that far, start putting a lot of these women in jail then. Start putting all of them in jail. I want to see what those incarceration rates are going to look like. Start putting all of them in jail. Because there's a ton of men right now in jail and having to go in and out of whatever, out of the court system, dealing with kids that's not theirs. Again, there was a dude who had DNA proof, DNA evidence on top of the fact that the woman who claimed that he was the father came out and basically stated that he's not the father, that she lied on papers. And he's still back $40K. The court system was like, irregardless of all of the evidence that we got in front of us that's factual, you still owe $40K. And you still potentially could be thrown in jail. How? If that does not show you how broken the system is, I don't know what to sit up there and tell people. If that does not show you how broken a system is, I do not know what to tell you. Like I said, where are the women at to call out trifling women? I don't really see them. And I'm on social media every single day. I don't really see them. But I see women advocating for trifling behavior from women in droves. Like I said, it's ridiculous. So let's go to a woman that was trying to speak a little bit of common sense and let's read through how women responded specifically to her, right? So this is the woman here. I think this is her video, as a matter of fact. Yeah, this is her video too. So this is her IG page, and this is what she had to state directly to women. She said, "Women are the most beautiful creations from God. However, don't be distracted by the physical. The wrong woman will have you in a vortex and losing yourself. Remember this as a man's job to lead." Right? So let's listen to what it is that this woman had to state about and to women.
She's broke, or you ask her what her 5-year plan is and she doesn't have one, let her go. Waste of time. Number 2, if she's extremely cocky and arrogant in her independence, or she's constantly tearing down other women, big character flaw. Internally happy people don't tear down other people. And if she's not internally happy, chances are she's going to depend on you to make her happy. It's going to fail. Number 3, if she is argumentative or disrespectful to you at any point, let her go, because you can't respect somebody. And a woman who truly respects you will demonstrate a little bit of emotional control, and she will not disrespect you if she really cares about you. 4, and I might get some backlash for this, but that's okay. If she has an extreme amount of male friends, red flag. I don't even going to go into it. No, 1 or 2, okay, cool. But a large amount of male friends, men always around, she's too attention seeking. 5, if she's a woman that has ever abandoned you because of a disagreement, or if she runs away every time you guys fight, chances are she's probably going to run to go get attention from someone else because she can't handle not having that attention. Number 1, if she's broke or you ask her what her 5-year plan is.
So we heard that, right? And I read off to you what she stated underneath her comment section. And this is what I'll be talking about, right? This is the black woman speaking. And you see what black women are sitting up there writing, right? She said, giving, pick me energy, and top on contradicting yourself. 421 replies, 423 likes. Right? I don't even think I can highlight all the what's the names. Right? This dude said, if you feel attacked, you must be one of the ones she mentioned, huh? And he's correct. Because the woman she didn't call nobody any type of names, but this woman decided to come directly out of her face with a private profile, and she wanted to sit up there and call this woman a pick-me. And this is why I be telling black women all the time. The moment in time that you want to speak common sense to other black women and you want to try to give some correction, this is the type of energy that you are going to get every single time. You're going to have more black women that are going to disagree with you than actually agree with you, right? Because this woman is being emotional about the situation. Again, this woman here, she never specifically called this woman out, but this woman felt the need that she needs to call this woman a name and say all of this stuff in order to make this threat, right? This man said, giving no accountability energy. Then she came back and said, what actions do I need to take responsibility for? What grievance did I commit that I have to be accountable for? Or are you using terms without understanding the definitions? Like, this is crazy. And you're saying another male who didn't have an active father to teach him how to interact with women, never seen a proper example of a woman or a man in a healthy relationship. Now he trauma bonding and on the internet establishing bromances from podcasts when he needs a therapist, and upset that he's single and nobody wants him. So he looks to the internet for validation and found it under this post to validate it. The women who are the issue, not what this is what I be talking about. She wrote a whole think piece about this dude. He didn't say nothing wrong. He was like, hey, you come underneath her post, a hit dog hollers. That's basically what he said. And she came back with this little paragraph basically trying to decipher and dissect him as a person. Trying to say that he can't get no woman. He's trying to establish relation. Like, yo, this is what I be talking about. This shit this shit is crazy. That is crazy. Like, the amount of triggered that woman is insane. Then you got this woman here, right? Another private account, but decided to speak. She said, I don't know why y'all get on here and give unsolicited, unskilled, pick-me-ass advice. Like, it's okay to have opinions, but y'all share y'all opinions like it's gospel. Wow. Wow. She said, so let's go back to what the guy said, right? He said, so letting men know which types of women to steer clear of makes her a pick-me. I mean, you must be one of the types of women she mentioned if you feel attacked by this. She said no, but she is giving reasons as to why people behave a certain way. No. She's not talking about people. She's saying women. Like I said, this is what guys be talking about. When something is clear-cut and very plain, people want to move the goalposts. So we know that this woman is talking about women in a video. This woman is sitting up here saying, no, she's talking about why people behave a certain. What are we doing? What conversation are we even having at this moment? So then she later said, most of these opinions could apply to both men and women. See, this is what I'm talking about. She can't even stay on the topic. She's like, okay, she's not only talking about women, she's talking about people. And on top of that, her opinion in the video cannot just only apply to women, but it can apply to men too. Oh, so now we're trying to make this an equality thing? When this woman specifically made a video specifically talking about women. Now you want to try to say, oh, we can say this about both sides. This is what I'll be talking about. When you got a woman out here that's trying to make women accountable, that's trying to show men, hey, these are the women, these are the signs of the types of women that you should stay away from. Women roll up in the comment section. She's rolling up saying all of this shit because she is that type of woman. She's rolling up in the comment section saying this shit because she has friends just like this. She's rolling up in the comment section saying this because she surrounds herself and engages with women like this on an everyday basis. So because she's a woman, she feels that she needs to pull up to the scene and defend women against another woman. Craziness. So then later she stated, this is woman bashing, and she is not an expert. Her bio says nurse, not psychologist. It's her own opinion. So she could have shared it as an opinion instead of presenting it like it's a fact based. If a woman has a male friend, it automatically makes her an attention. It's very pick-me behavior. That's crazy. No, but she does have a very great point. If you got a woman that has nothing but male friends, I more than likely, very greatly in that group, she is hitting a lot of those dudes. She is sleeping with a lot of those dudes. They are sleeping with each other. Let's not play games here. At a certain point in time, these things do sit up there and transpire. These things do happen. I'm not sure why it is that women want to make it seem like they can have 100 male friends and they not sleeping with nobody. You're not going to tell me that you got 100 male friends and you don't find none of these dudes attractive. You don't find none of these dudes relationship worthy. You don't find none of these dudes attractive enough where you want to have a one-night stand with them. We're not playing those games. We're not playing those games because you don't see women bragging about all the unattractive male friends that they got. You don't see them doing that. I ain't never seen that in my life. Especially going back to high school, I ain't never seen girls talking about, oh, look at all of these unattractive male friends that I got as a woman. Look at these guys. Nah, that don't happen. They're sitting up there showcasing and bragging to their girls about all of these dudes that they deem attractive. Matter of fact, this is how you know that women find their male friends attractive. Go through their IG or their Twitter and go look at who they're taking pictures with. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be the same consistent picture with one guy. It's going to be with multiple guys throughout the years because these were the guys that were friends, that they quote unquote considered friends. But they were sitting up there, playing around and doing all this other type of stuff, flirting and yada, yada, yada. Like I said, she one of those ones. She is one of those ones. This video, when you start rolling through this woman comment section, she is allowing her words to bring out the women that men should not be paying attention to, that men should steer clear from. That's what her video is basically doing. See how this woman wanted to dissect the whole thing? She was like, oh, she's not a psychologist. How can she give any advice? So if we're going by that logic, then again, how can any woman out here that's never been married give marriage advice? If we're dealing with expertise, if we're dealing with a knowledge base and know-how, how can any woman out here that ain't never been married give marriage advice? Better yet, how can any woman out here give proper relationship advice when all of their relationships have burned, have ended in failure, have inevitably put them in the single place? You don't got the proper expertise. You don't got the facilities to have a proper conversation telling women anything about a relationship because you've never even had a positive and a proper and a ongoing relationship that led to a marriage. So what are we talking about? But yet she's not going to go that far though. She's going to say, because this woman here, she's going to be like, she can't basically speak on this stuff because she's not a psychologist. But yet you take relationship advice from your female friends. That's purely opinion based. That they also gather knowledge and research from other women, amongst other women, amongst other women, amongst other women. But yet you take their advice as fact though, right? Just like when a lot of women say that all men are cheaters, all men are dogs. That's not really fact based. That's just going off of what other women have experienced. But just because some women have experienced that doesn't mean that it is fact for men. But yet, women believe it though, right? Like I said, it's funny how people want to use certain logic when it benefits them, but then they want to try to denounce other logic when they can't benefit from it. Right? And it's funny how she want to break down this woman's profile, right? So Manda's World, right? She's the one that made this video, right? Her profile is completely open. But the woman who wanted to go through her profile and try to critique her, notice how her profile is closed. I wonder why. What do you have on your profile that you got to hide? That you don't want people to critique? You're out here critiquing and giving think pieces. Why don't you have your profile open though? Crazy. Crazy how that worked though. It's crazy. Somebody said everybody is a pick-me at some point in their life, both men and women. One person said, it ain't pick-me, it's facts. Who wants a man or a woman like this, LOL? How is this pick-me? Y'all always say this, LOL, when it's about women. It's crazy. So now because somebody else stated it, now she want to say, yeah, exactly, it applies to both. No, she's specifically talking about women. She's telling guys what type of women to stay away from. So then she came back later and said, no, the good women don't need to give these lectures. There are sayers and doers. The fact that you said the problem is a red flag. Find what kind of woman you like and date her. Your problem is you're focused on a problem. People focus on problems because problems need to be solved. If nobody focused on any problems, then we would just be living in a very fucked up world and society. Matter of fact, this woman wouldn't even be able to write a reply or be able to say anything on the internet because guess what? Nobody would have decided to figure out a problem, which is how do we connect people from one part of the world to another part of the world instantaneously? That was a problem. Somebody solved it. So again, when people basically say stuff, it sounds good in theory, but when you break it down, it sounds completely stupid. Tippy said, yo, what's up, Tippy? Tippy said, what is a pick-me? Pick-me is a terminology that other black women who are divestors came up with in order to tell or to call black women out who either critique other black women or who want to date and love black men. They'll be like, oh, you're trying to tell black women to date other black men and you're giving advice on that, you're a pick-me. You're a black woman that's married and you're giving some type of relationship advice to women, you're a pick-me. You're even interested in black men and you're talking about men, you're a pick-me. Oh, you're critiquing women and you're a black woman? First of all, this is very sexist. Second of all, this is woman bashing. Third of all, you're a pick-me. That's basically what that is. That's pretty much what that is, Tippy. Pretty much to sum it up, if you are a black woman that is interested or love black men, you are a pick-me. You will be considered a mammy. Any type of negative name that they can give you, that's exactly what they're going to sit up there and call you. Now, if you're a black woman and you're into somebody like Timothy Chalamet or Zac Efron, you're completely fine and dandy. You are completely fine and dandy, and they will love you for it. This person said, for the women saying pick me vibes, why wouldn't we pick someone like her? Let's go into this comment section. I want to see what those replies look like, right? Somebody said, and that's a great point. Oh, she replied back to the dude. Hey, I want to see a woman's reply directly into here. Let's see. Somebody also said, what real women don't want to be picked? It's giving after 12 p.m. vibes. These chicks are weird. Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. I was really waiting for her because even the lady who made the video, she replied. And who we got? Canadian Kitten, right? Don't even know what that is. She said, and you'll cheat on her with the same woman she's talking about. See how these think pieces start coming up? So a man that she don't know nothing about she's automatically claiming that if he were, or if a man out there was to basically pick or wanted to get engaged or actually, I'm looking at her finger. I think she's married. Cause I see a blue ring on. Yeah, she's married. She got a band on. So, and that's another thing right there. And she's giving advice. This is a woman that is obviously either engaged or married, and she's giving advice directly out here. She has the facilities to back up what the fuck it is that she's talking about. Unlike a lot of these single ass women in this comment section. But again, you got a woman out here that wanted to give a think piece and try to dissect a man and say that, oh, you'll probably just cheat on her anyway. Where did you get this from? How do you even know this dude? Have y'all had a relationship? Do y'all got a history? No, no, and no. But you want to sit up here and run your mouth. But if this dude was to come out the side of his face and call her some type of whore, then it's going to be a problem. He's now wrong, right? Because he called her out of her name. He stated something about her that was untrue, right? That was baseless. He made a baseless claim. But yet she's out here making a baseless claim, but yet nothing. It's crazy. Like I said, I was waiting for some women to really pull up there, and it's crazy. Another person said, fellas, y'all notice how women don't like hearing about themselves, but can sit around and talk about everybody and everything else. Accountability is a death sentence to women. Let's just see what these comments got to say directly underneath here. I'm seeing a lot of guys. Still seeing a lot of guys. I'm looking for some of those women to pull up to this comment section. Not even seeing it. Let me see. Show more replies. So it's a little bit strange. Next, you got this person said, not one lie told, accountability. I used to be that toxic. I did the work on myself. Ooh. I want to see if some women rolled up under there and tried to speak crazy to her. Let me see this. She said, it took years and a lot of mental work. Thank you. And I'm still doing the work. Like I said, those are women like that need to be protected. She literally stated, nobody asked her to state anything. She was like, yo, I was this messed up. This was me. Everything that she is listing in this video, I'm not running from any of it. This was me. That is what accountability looks like. And that's all men are be talking about. Like, yo, just be accountable for who it is that you are as a woman. She did that. That's crazy. Who was that? Who was that? That's a good one. That's a good one. She's good. Another person said, replying back to the woman who made the video, she said, it is freeing. This journey is complex and can be confusing because society brainwashes women to be a certain way. You get to a point where your like is this really who am I or who I want to be? Hell no. Just like anyone else, you have to actually want to change and recognize there's a problem. That's another one right there. Showcasing the fact that, she was more than likely there. And you look at her profile, she is clear-cut in a relationship with a person that she obviously loves and holds dear. So like I said, you are seeing a pattern here, right? You saw a lot of broken women up top writing think pieces and replying back and forth to men and all this other type of stuff and trying to specifically reply back to this woman. And then you start seeing a woman that's actually taking accountability. One dude said, replace the word women with men and the women would be on here clapping to the high heavens, agreeing with her and using their favorite buzzwords, narcissistic and toxic. That's facts. Let's look at these comments. She even replied, she was like, facts. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No lies detected. Oh man. Yo, this is crazy. Oh my God. Here we go. It's sad to see women pointing out flaws in other women. You also find all of these defects in men. Should you let them go too? She said yes. Now, this is the problem. Now, notice how this person said this, right? Because they're looking for an argument. They're trying to cause a whole nother issue. They're like, oh, this is something that deals with everybody, right? Because whenever you make a topic and you're specifically talking about one group or one people, everybody want to broaden that topic to cover everybody else, when realistically the topic and the subject was only about one, right? That's people running away from accountability, trying to acknowledge what the problem actually is, having to actually be forced to look into that mirror. But the person that made the video, she accommodated this person, and she was like, you know what, and for your specific argument, you want to make this about both. You want to say that if you find this in a man, this should be a problem, and should you let them go? She said yes. And look how the conversation stopped. Look how it stopped. See how that works? When you got people that want to be argumentative and try to cause an issue, and they get that energy fed directly into them, they want to keep talking. They want to keep trying to argue. But now when you got somebody bringing up a topic, and you got the person that made the video accommodate them and just sit up there and say, yeah, notice how people just shut up. Ain't nobody trying to say nothing. You don't see no women you don't see no type of other rebuttals. And like I said, it's crazy out here. It is so crazy. Yeah, this dude said if she's a pick me, guess what? She's been motherfucking picked. Yeah, that's bars. And she got the laughing emoji. Like what the hell is out here? Like, this is like, it's crazy. Like, and the craziest part is when you deal with like women who are divestors, they call all these black women pick me's because they want to be with a black man. They want to have, a black family, black relationship, right? And the divestors want to be with everybody else other than black men because of whatever relationship that they had with a black man, or all of these other scenarios that they might have theorized, right? But then they're trying to champion these white dudes who are not actually looking for them. So the same way that women were going after Simone Biles for, basically gravitating and going after her husband, these same women are doing that towards white men. But you don't hear nobody trying to call those black women who are chasing after white dudes pick-me's. You see how everybody pretty much minds their business. Notice how that works? People who are actually fine and dandy with their situation are fine and dandy, but other people who are in a whole nother situation where they're not really fine and dandy, even though they're saying that they're fine and dandy and they're telling the world that they're fine and dandy and don't need anybody else but these other people, they're out there trying to attack everybody else in their relationships, and they're writing think pieces. Notice how that works. Notice how that works. It's crazy. And then here we go with this one. So I'm not even gonna say nothing. You got your kid up here throwing up like the middle finger. I'm done. I don't even need to say nothing. And I see why it is that she replied. Her name is Little Mama. Ma'am, how old are you? You got kids on your IG sitting up there doing the middle. I already know what this is. Already know what this. What did the woman say? Let me just roll back to this. What did she call?
It's transactional. This woman had a husband, a home, a forever family. Because you can't build forever families with harachatangs.
I had to get my terminology correct. So, because I've been waiting to use it. So you got harachatangs out here deciding. You got harachatangs out here deciding that they want to make a comment, right? So I want to note y'all this again, right? This woman who on her profile, you see all of these kids and all this other type of stuff, kids throwing the middle finger and gang, all this other type of shit, right? This is an older woman. She named herself Little Mama, right? She wants to talk shit to a woman that is married, that is telling men great advice. And she, yet again, like another woman, is coming up here saying that, yo, she be the main one who will get cheated on and then come back to social media stating that men ain't shit. Nah, ma'am, that's you. Because more than likely, you single. More than likely, you ain't in no relationship. More than likely, the relationships that you wanted to work ain't really work out, either by way of you or the other guy. So now you're just up here trying to be in like this bad chick phase, like all these other women directly out here. And then you're online trying to basically say that men ain't shit. How was she trying to say that men ain't shit? Because she's trying to imply that if she does, quote unquote, get picked, even though she has a ring clearly on her finger, that she's going to get cheated on. Wow. That's a lot of projecting. It seems like a person who had a lot of failed relationships might have been cheated on is trying to project those exact same failures onto another woman that obviously ain't going through that. But yet, this is another black woman hoping that another black woman's marriage and relationship fails. This is what I keep telling black women. Like I said, I've been showcasing this for quite some time now. You're looking at it in 4K from another black woman. We're on her IG. She got black kids up there holding up the middle finger. Like, what were you doing? I understand now why you got some black women out here, they got their IGs private. I understand that now because you got stuff up there that shouldn't be up there. You shouldn't be having kids up there holding up the middle. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Like, this is crazy. Another person said, I see a lot of women in the comments condemning this woman for unsolicited and biased advice. But I guarantee you, if this woman was tearing down men and telling women what type of men to avoid, none of the same women who are commenting negatively would have anything negative to say. So clearly, this is an issue about the message or the messenger. It's a self-reflection on how violently adverse some people are to accountability. Facts. Facts. Woman up here, clear cut, right? She was like, yo, LOL, she literally makes sense. Why are y'all mad? Right? Like I said before, all of those women up here that's triggered, why is it that they're not trying to argue? So here we go with this one, right? She was like, yo, I agree with everything she said. This applies to men too. Why? Yo, somebody has to explain this to me. Why is it that anytime you got a woman that is literally giving this advice to men, and she's stating that these are the women to look out for, why is it every single time that these things happen, women always come out and they're like, this can apply to men too? We're not talking about men. Because how many times do women sit up there and say, oh, why are men bitching and crying about women on social media? Maybe y'all should do a better job at picking better. That's what y'all tell us to do, right? So because those men don't know how to pick better, they don't know the signs and the symptoms, you got a woman out here using her platform to inform these men. So now that she's doing this, you're like, this can apply to men too. But we're not ready for that conversation. We've already had those conversations. Women on podcasts talking to other women, talking about men, have these conversations every day, yearly, monthly, daily. What are we talking about? And you talking about people ain't ready for that conversation? Are you under a rock? What are we doing? Another person said, I'm a woman and I agree. This is crazy. This person says she was 4 out of 5 and I literally wasted 3 years of my life, but that's on me though. Damn. And then somebody said the wrongly raised ones will be quick to call her a pick me. Let me see. Do we got some fights in the comment section? Ooh, ain't no replies under this one. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. This is crazy. When women call other women pick-me's, is that like the same thing when those same women call men gay when men don't want to do so? Oh, man. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like I said, this is what so on the past. Nah, sadly, we would think that they're scoring. Nah, they're empty, nothing, and not even their own self. Self-mails them, makes them happy. My question to you women, what makes y'all eternally happy? I mean, that's a good question. A lot of women don't actually know what makes them happy, but they expect a man to actually know what will make them happy. That's the confusing part right there. Let me just repeat that one more time. A lot of women out here don't know what will internally make them happy. Right. A lot of women can't specifically list or name things that's going to make them happy forever. But they will basically expect a man to come along that doesn't really know them, that's hasn't been walking with them for their whole life or anything like that. They would expect for that guy to then take on the job of making them happy and figuring that out. That's the crazy part. This dude said, here for the female comments, but most of what she said is what we already used to filter out most of you ladies, and thanks for adding to the list. It's crazy. Like I said, I was rich. Yo, those first ones, and now I see what happened. So you got a lot of women that agreed, but they didn't want to sit up there and take the initiative to start writing in the comment section because they know that they were going to get grilled. So they didn't want to have that conversation. So they liked the brave ones who took the initiative to go and have that that comment and leave it. This woman said, you had me going with the first two and lost me throughout the video because you're using this opportunity to appeal to the men. Women like this are tricky. She's engaged though. She's married. So how is it tricky? If you're literally got a woman that's saying this stuff and she's engaged and married, how is it tricky? She's not trying to appeal and get a whole bunch of men gravitating towards her to get all this. She's stating. That's crazy. So in reverse, would I then say that it's tricky when I hear women wanting to bash and badmouth men because they're just trying to get all of this attention from women? Like, would that be fair to say? Like, yo, it's crazy. The one saying that she's a pick me clearly don't have a 5-year plan. Like, yo, that is crazy. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go directly to yeah, let me go back to Simone Biles. Let me go to her real quick. Right? Those are the ones that they posted. Let me see. Right? So again, going back to what was taking place before, you got Simone Biles and you got her husband, right? And you can still look and see all of the comments that women were directly leaving, and other people. I think, is this the dude? I'm not even sure. Right? You got all of these people writing paragraphs and think pieces and all this other type of stuff directly about her relationship and how it is that she should be happy, how it is that she should be acknowledged and all this other type of stuff. But you know, the funniest thing about all of these people saying how it is that Simone should feel, these people don't actually love themselves. Let's just put the facts where they are. A lot of these people saying that Simone Biles should feel a certain type of way, that she should automatically love herself. A lot of the people trying to give Simone Biles this relationship advice, they don't actually love themselves. The same stuff that they're giving to her, they don't actually believe. This is why their relationship and their marriage is a failure. This is why they don't love themselves. Every single day that they wake up, they might say that they do, but they're lying to themselves. Because you can gauge how somebody loves themselves by how they treat themselves. And that says everything. It says everything. A lot of these people don't even love the family that they're around. They don't even love and appreciate the relationships that they actually have every single day, but they got the nerve to get online and try to tell Simone Biles, a celebrity that is happily married, a woman, a black woman that is married to a black man, how it is that she should feel in her relationship, in her marriage, in her skin, in her accomplishments. For a lot of women out there, just because you never had a dude actually acknowledge the stuff that you feel to be important does not mean that that is specifically what is happening to Simone Biles. You don't know what their conversations are outside of a media lens, outside of a podcast. You don't know what he might have said to her. You don't know what he might have done for her. You might not know how he might have bigged her up. Every dude does not have to, in order to show that a dude loves a woman, he doesn't have to big her up on social media. What the fuck does that mean? It don't mean shit. Just because a dude bigs up a woman on social media in front of the whole world, that doesn't mean that he loves her in real life. But like I said, a lot of women got this confused. They feel that if he really loves her, he's going to be doing this so everybody can see. And then she is further going to be validated that he loves her by way of all of these likes and this engagement. When really the only likes that should matter is you and that person. That's it. That's the only engagement that should matter. But like I said, social media got a lot of women so fucked up that you got this happening. You got this going on to this young black woman. You got these women out here that ain't happy in their relationships, that can't get or hold a man, can't even get engaged, can't even get married. They're deciding that they want to sit up there and start speaking on and for Simone Biles and trying to cause a rift in her marriage, in her relationship, because of how it is that they feel, of how their optics are about it. Like I said, a lot of women out there, y'all got to stop trying to share y'all happiness with other women directly out here, because a lot of women out here ain't going to be happy for you. Like I said, look at this. Married or not, Simone, you are the catch. 15,000 likes. The greatest gymnast of all time and some guy. 4,000 likes. Like I said, it's crazy. Regardless of your regardless of your mood, I hope you always know that you are the catch. Here we have the GOAT, most decorated gymnast of all time, Simone Biles, and Simone Biles' husband. And I want to let y'all know, there's a lot of Caucasian women, and this is the craziest part for me. I'm looking on social media, I'm seeing a lot of Caucasian women give a think piece on a black relationship, on a black marriage. And I'm seeing a lot of black women, because they feel a certain type of way about black men, they're engaging and agreeing with these Caucasian women in their disrespect towards Simone Biles' marriage and her husband. I ain't never seen this before in my life. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up the clip real quick. Hopefully I might actually have that saved. I might actually have it bookmarked. Let me save that. That might be a good video right there. Oh, yeah, TD Jakes responding to a Diddy convo. Oh, I gotta mark those. I'm gonna have to show those off to y'all too. So let me see. Where is that one thing piece that was directly up there with that lady? Yeah. Like,
I think I might be the only bitch on TikTok that actually knew who this. So I think
okay, so let me just highlight this. Let me share this so we can listen to this nonsense. Right. Let me put this right.
I might be the only bitch on TikTok that actually knew who this deranged narcissist was before that whole podcast interview happened, because I'm a Packers fan, which also makes me embarrassed that he's on my team. But you need to hear about this guy, because it's going to make this infinitely worse. He was an undrafted free agent when he came out of college, because the whole of the NFL looked at him and said, no thanks, during the actual draft. And then the Arizona Cardinals signed him, but then waived him due to injury for the rest of the season. And then he was just booted off the team because they're like, no thanks. At which point the Houston Texans signed him to the practice squad. So he's not even on the roster. He's just there just in case. maybe not doing, he's not even putting on the uniform. Okay. And then he was promoted to the active roster 2 months later. But then immediately 2 days later, they were like, nope, my bad. Back to the practice squad, you go. He just kind of kept doing this with the Houston Texans. They would sign him for like a month or two and then kick him back off to the practice squad. And then he finally actually got a contract for $1.1 million, which is like a whatever contract in the NFL. It's not Simone Biles money, I'll tell you that much. And this season.
Now, I want to note this, right? This basic everyday woman decided that she wanted to try to shit on this dude's contract. She ain't never had $1 million in her life. She ain't never had nobody offer her $1 million contract. She wanted to list the fact that he was not officially on anything. He was going back and forth. This happens to dudes in the NBA all the time. But you're not saying shit, though. You don't care about them, though, right? You, being a Caucasian woman, want to speak on this black man because you want to try to show that you have some type of solidarity with black women, and you know that it's going to get you some type of likes because it's the thing now. It's the it thing to basically start being a woman from a different race getting on black men because other black women have been doing this for so long. So now you want to cash in directly on this because you'll be a part of the sisterhood, the same way that black women got put into that sisterhood by that CIA agent back in like the 70s and 80s and all that other type of shit. And then they got black women into the predicament that they in exactly right now, right? So that exact same shit, that exact same government game plan, they running on black women right now. And black women are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. And they're allowing these women like this to go up out of there and start talking out of the side of their necks and start saying this. Now, notice how she ain't talking about Brett Favre, though, right? Brett Favre has stolen money, government money, from a black community. Millions of dollars. This is the dude who had contracts and all this other type of shit. Do you really think that she decided to make a think piece and start really attacking a Caucasian man like this? Nah, because she know where the bread is. She know where the money is. She know who she aligns with. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So even though she might not see eye to eye with black women, she knows that the Caucasian man has a problem with black men. And she knows that black women have a problem with black men. So she's going to align herself that see the black man as the problem, and she's going to be the friends to both of those parties. She's going to hold up an olive branch. She's going to march and cheer and throw a bandwagon in a parade and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, she's still trying to call him broke. She was like, oh, he got $1.1 million, but it's not Simone Biles money. What? What are we doing now? Now you're trying to sit up there and compare their finances? He never did that. To my knowledge, he never said anything close to any of that at all. But yet you got women out here doing shit like this. And you got a woman like this calling a dude that at least has $1 million in the bank to take care of himself and his family, trying to call him broke. That's crazy to me. And you got women out here that always try to say that, oh, men are just in competition with women because they're insecure about. Nah, you got this woman out here is in competition with a dude that has more money. And she's trying to call him broke. Where do you live again, ma'am? How was your marriage and your relationship going? Because to my knowledge, you're talking about a dude that's actually a part of a sports team, that's a part of a brand that can potentially get a bigger contract and more money versus how much that you are and your husband are making. What does your house look like? Who on social media even knows who the fuck you are? Who on social media is even actually talking about your marriage and hyping up your relationship and talking about how beautiful and how great you guys look? Ain't nobody giving a fuck about who the fuck you're dating or what the fuck it is that you're doing. This is what I talk about when people need to mind their own fucking business. But let's continue because obviously I guess she must be cooking, right?
And he was signed to the Packers because we were having problems with Darnell Savage. And this is a depth chart, which tells you who's our A guy and who's our B guy. As you can see right here, Jonathan Owens, our safety, is the B guy in this. So he's not even the best in his position on one team in the NFL, let alone one of the best Olympians to ever do it. And let me be perfectly clear. The reason I am aware of him, yes, he's on the Packers, But Simone Biles was like on my team all of a sudden. And that was like pretty fucking cool. Like how the Chiefs have Taylor Swift. We had Simone Biles, which is way better than Taylor Swift. I said what I said. And I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking cool, which made me excited about that fucking loser. I hope he gets booed at the next game.
So you see that, right? So within her stating that she's doing this because she loves and respects Simone Biles, and she's doing this also because she's a woman, the whole feminist shit, she is still shitting on Simone Biles' relationship, her marriage, and her husband. All in the same video. And it's amazing to me that women aren't noticing this. They're not paying attention. They're like, oh, yeah. We hate black men. Yeah. We dislike black men. Yeah. Black men do everything negative. Yeah. We agree with anything that anybody is saying when it deals with the negativity dealing with black men. Yeah. That is crazy. She's literally shitting on this woman's whole husband and marriage. And like, yeah, I hope he gets booed. He ain't shit. He ain't making enough money. He broke. Wow. I've heard all of this same rhetoric from a lot of black women online. And now you got a white woman sitting up here saying it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then you got black women advocating for this, agreeing with this. Oh shit. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. But like I said, this shows you the amount of hate that that people have for black men. It is a losing situation being a black man on this planet. I'm dead serious. It is a sad losing situation. And I also want to say much love, respect, and appreciation for everybody that's in attendance, all 25, and everybody that's making an appearance directly in the comment section. Much love, respect, and appreciation directly to you guys. Love you guys a lot. So now we're going to go to another video, right? This has to do with some of you. This is from Boyce Watkins. And it says TD Jakes speaks out after something began circulating online, I guess, about Diddy or something. I don't know. Boyce said that TD Jakes responds to the Diddy conversation. What do you think? Right. So we're going to roll directly over to that because I'm very interested. I want to know what this preacher has to state directly about Diddy.
Some of you logged in or come in out of concern. Some of you come in to hear what I'm going to say. All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off. I will not use this sacred day and this sacred pulpit to address a lie when I have a chance to preach a truth. I will stand straight up, head up, back straight, and preach the unadulterated, infallible word of God. Because that is what the pulpit is for. But there will be a time. So you can stop dragging people and arguing with people and fighting and just log off. All you do is just hit the button. Right there. Log off. There is no show here. In the Gospel of St. Matthew.
Well, he ain't saying much of nothing. Somebody said, I hate that this is happening again. Eddie Long responded the exact same way. I don't know specifically what happened. I just know that I've seen some videos that might look quite suspicious. That looks quite questionable, especially with the video of a cop dancing in front. Let me see if I can find that video. Give me a second. Give me a quick second. Right.
TD Jakes. Cop.
So let's go to this video real quick, and I'm just going to say that this looks to me, quite suspicious. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but let's take a look at this. Notice we got TD Jakes here, and you got this cop in a sense, dancing to all the single ladies. And TD Jakes, he keeps his hand directly in his pocket. I don't know, but we'll just look.
Cop dancing to single ladies for TD Jakes.
Now let me say this. The only time that usually a dude is keeping his hand in his pocket, maybe he might have, short pockets where his wallet or whatnot may slip out, or keys, right? Other than that, there are instances where guys will have their hands in their pocket because, certain things might be happening. It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to have nothing showing. So, let me just wait here for a minute. Let me just hold some stuff down. Right? And I'm pretty sure TD Jakes wasn't moving. Right? So it would be no reason for him to try to keep a wallet down, because realistically, if he's just there, he shouldn't even have the wallet technically on him. If anything, all of his stuff should be cards. But anyways, it was sitting there for a minute. Right? And then he was even slightly doing a little two-step while his hand was in his pocket. I'm like, it's looking a little bit suspicious. But the other thing I want to sit up there and note is the fact that you got this cop directly out here that's sitting up there twisting and twanging directly to all the single ladies. I don't pay tax dollars to sit up there and see cops do stuff like this, and especially to see a grown man doing the splits and to be shake. Come on now. Like, Law and Order, people are supposed to be able to take certain things serious. Like, when people see certain stuff, they're going to take stuff less serious. And I'm just going to be honest. People are going to take stuff less serious. They're not going to look at you as a threat or anything like that. And that's all what this is. There's a multitude of things going on here, but I just wanted to really specifically point that out as well too. But this is quite weird. Quite weird. So let's go directly to, let me put that right back there. So we're going to go directly to the next video as well, that they had up here. Got it back all the way up out of that. Then go back to the bookmarks.
I figured out why we're having such a hard time.
So we're going to take a listen to what this woman has to state here. So let me just get that one highlighted directly for y'all. It says that, tell us you're trying to convince yourself that feminism didn't lie to you without outright saying it. Y'all keep thinking that men give a F about your coins when it's the nasty ass masculinity that comes with it. That think with it that they will always pass on. Femininity ain't just cat. So this woman's titled her video, Women Are the New Men with Money. So let's get into it.
Ladies, I figured out why we're having such a hard time finding men who want to take care of us or want to court us and all that good grace. We're the niggas with money. We're the ones out here hustling. We're the ones getting to the money. We're the ones starting businesses. We're the ones out here with, 6-figure jobs. Y'all, we're the niggas dudes with money. We're the ones with the bag, okay? And that is why we're having a hard time finding men that are willing to do things like pay for our hair and nails and take us on nice dates. It's because they can't. A lot of them can't. Last I checked, a lot of them are moving into our cribs. They're like looking for places to live. Half of them are homeless. In my last video, I had a dude tell me I was broke and bitter. Baby, I make 6 figures. How am I broke and bitter? I told him he was broke and bitter. He told me he's broke, but not bitter. Baby, I'd rather be bitter than broke any day. Ladies, shout out to us, because we're the dudes with money. We did that.
You see how she is completely hyped? Do you see that? Do you see that? All right, so what we're going to slightly just do right here, don't know much respect. I'm not sure if you're trying to sit up there and like fish directly out here, but you missed the divester view quite some time ago, because you know, ain't nobody here. Let me tell you, not unless you can find somebody way in the background. They ain't never left a comment. Ain't nobody looking over here, Walter. So I'm not exactly sure why you're trying to parade and posture talking about I love my black queens. It sounds kind of crazy. It sounds kind of crazy. You got to sit up there and start sounding crazy just to sit up there and list that. Like I said, if I put it like this, if people are able to do the things that they're able to do, you don't have to posture it and put information out there that ain't nobody looking for. Let me just put it like that. Right? If you're able to get the things that you're able to get, right, you're able to attract those things directly into your life, you don't gotta say nothing. You don't gotta try to put out a whole bunch of proof. You don't gotta try to say a whole bunch of things. Right? That's like how you got some black dudes out here that wanna sit up there and say a whole field of information when they go over to white women's pages on IG and Twitter, and they want to sit up there and put up the little rabbit emoji or the snow emoji, and they always want to talk about stating that, oh, I love white women and all this. If that's really what you into and really what you getting, you don't got to talk about it. You out there actually doing it. Now, when you got to start talking about it, you're not really getting it how you really say that you're getting it. Because real people who out here actually getting it, they ain't talking. They doing it. Because they don't got no time to be just randomly talking to people online, because that's taking away energy from their main focus. And the trolling starts to begin. So what we're going to do right there is I'm going to help you out there, sir. I'm going to help you out. That's what we're going to do. Because I'm not about to be dealing with no trolling or anything like that today. We just going to sit up there and fix that at the point in time given. But I'm happy that you roll up. You can clearly just continue watching this from the background, though. Much love, respect, and appreciation, though. Keep doing what you do. So we were able to hear this woman right here. She was literally ecstatic about calling herself a man.
The ones with the bag, okay?
She was like, we're the ones with the bag. We're the ones doing it. We are the men directly out here. Do you see how ecstatic and happy she is? This is the society that we're living in at this moment in time. And again, a lot of people want to say that men have ego. You heard this woman calling dudes broke. She was like, this amount of men are basically homeless anyway. They're trying to find a place to live, with us. We're the ones starting a business. We're the ones making a move. We're the ones. That's their ego and that's their pride. Now, the funny thing is, when men do it, we have to posture ourselves in order to get the attention of women. We do this in order to attain the attention of women because women are drawn to these things. She's posturing this. So who would this get attention from? It ain't getting attention from dudes. You're posturing yourself and trying to get attention from other women because that's realistically the only other person that's going to be attracted to this. The way that you're sitting up here speaking, you're calling you're a woman, you're a full woman, but you're still calling yourself a man at the end of the day, and you're happy and gleeful about it? Crazy. I ain't never think at a point in time in society that I would ever see a point where I'm looking at women online, and more specifically, looking at Black women online being happy with calling themselves men. I thought that was a bad thing. I thought that was the wrong thing to sit up there and call a woman. I guess I was incorrect. I Oh, I might get your name wrong. I want to say Adwan. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. You said the majority of women don't have much money, and that is true. If you look at the overwhelming amount of wealth in the world, it's not women. When you look at the corporations, the presidents, the CEOs, all of the stocks, it's not women. But yet you got these women out here, this minor amount of women who are making money, making strides. And like I said, I don't got no problem with women out here going out there, getting money and doing for themselves. Kudos to you. That's dope. That's cool. You should be doing that as an adult. That's something that you should be doing, right? But when you got pride and ego and you're trying to posture yourself, it makes no sense. Men would be mainly the ones out here fighting tooth and nail, risking their lives in order to get the attention and the attraction of women, in order to get a certain type of validation. Like, yeah, you saw that man fight? Like, yeah, that's a real man out there. Yeah, that's real masculinity, right? That type of thing, right? So we're going to posture ourselves and do things. You look in the animal kingdom, males do this all the time. They sit up there and either they're performing fights, they perform a strut or a dance, or they do certain things in order to showcase a woman their value, what it is that they bring, what it is that they are able to do. So again, this is what males in society do. We're going to sit up there and lead with our accomplishments because women want to know, like, yo, you're not just talking, you actually accomplished, you did something. So it's like, yeah, I got college education, I got a doctoral, I got a master's, a bachelor's, PhD, I got 2 businesses, I got some condos, I got these many cars, I got these houses, I got these many bank accounts, I own like 3 to 4 restaurants, I got stocks, I got an IRA, like, right? So a guy is going to lead with that. Because women want to know, like, yo, are you able to perform? Can you give some type of financial security? If I am able to relinquish everything that I do, can I rely on you to facilitate the things that I need every single day? So a guy is going to sit up there and showcase, like, yeah, I can do this. Look what I basically got, right? That's not a dude basically like, yeah, this is my ego stroke. No, he's trying to show the woman, like, yo, this is what I'm able to do. You say that you want this, I'm able to give you this. Bow right now. Bow, 10 grand on the table. So what we talking? When a woman does this, this is not the same thing. This is literally feeding a woman's pride and her ego. This is a woman posturing to other women, trying to gain the attraction and the attention of other women. This is why she called herself in the video, what? A man. She said, the title of the video, we are the new men with money. What woman worth her salt wants to describe herself as a man with money or as the new version of men? Like I said, people ain't paying attention. I'm showing people the signs and the symptoms to cancer, but people don't want to pay attention. People going to want to pay attention when it turns stage 4. And I'm telling you, when it's at stage 4, it's done. Don't start trying to look for no cure now. Don't start trying to fix your health now. No, leave it as it is. Go make good friends with the Grim Reaper because he's right there at the door. That door been cracked open for a long time. I never thought in my life that I would ever see women on social media stating that they are ecstatic to call themselves men and to label themselves as the new men with money. Wow. So if all of these women with money are the new men, I expect all of these new women to start fighting wars. I expect them to start fixing the streets. I expect them to start picking up the garbage, to start going out to these oil refineries, to start working in these coal mines, to start working in these nuclear plants. I expect them to start doing some of the most dangerous, high-paying jobs that are out there that are literally life and death, such as fishing in the Pacific Ocean. How many women that are quote-unquote the new men and the new money want to go out there on a boat in the Pacific Ocean in that big, vast-ass water? You don't know what's down there. It's treacherous waters every single day, any given minute, any given second. And at any moment in time on that boat, it can either sink or your life can be gone in a second. How many of these women that are gleeful and prideful and ego-driven online, how many of them want to sit up there and sign up and do those jobs? They don't. But they want to get on social media and boast in front of other women because it makes them feel good. It makes them look good to other women. Like I said, people ain't paying attention. A lot of women are telling you online what they about, but people ain't paying attention. And this is again why I keep telling women, y'all better sit up there and pay attention to the women that y'all sign up and listen to, because they leading y'all down the wrong path. If you listening to a woman and she's calling herself a woman, she's calling herself, describing herself as the new man with money, what does that then mean for you? What did you just now subscribe to? Are you now subscribing to a relationship to be with other women? So now you're going to be doing everything possible to, and like I said, and the funny part is when you start listening to, and shout out to some of the lesbians out there who have made videos and they stated how difficult it is to actually date women, how it is that they basically are made to do everything, even when it's in a female-driven relationship where you got two women, you still have one side who is like, yo, you better do X, Y, and Z for me. I'm a woman at the end of the day. I deserve this. I'm entitled to this. You better be paying for this dinner. You better be paying for my drinks. You better be paying for me when we go out. Even lesbian women have to go through the exact same things that women have to go through, and they're complaining about it. But yet, where are the women to sit up there and talk about that? They're not, because they don't care about what those lesbian women have to go through, even though it's quote unquote it's a sisterhood and it's dealing with women. But they're not, even if it's something negative, they're not going to highlight it. Even if it's something factual and it's negative, they're not going to bring it up and highlight it because that's going to speak negatively on them. But if it deals with the men, oh yeah, we're going to bring it up all the time. We're going to highlight it. We're going to showcase. We're going to talk about it. Like I said, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, lesbians are going through the same thing. Like, it is crazy out here. It is crazy. Tippy said, well, since she's the new man, tell him her to fight the white men. They're not, some of them are hypocrites. I can't stand women like her. Yeah, like I said, if more women start coming out and calling this stuff out, a lot of this stuff will go back to where once it came. It will go right back to where once it came. But due to the effect of a lot of women not calling this stuff out, but yet they're egging this stuff on, it's going to lead to a lot of women being single, and it's going to lead to even more men in America not wanting to be with American women. And I'm trying to tell women, I'm trying to give that warning at this moment in time. Because just like how a lot of women would generalize men and all this other type of stuff, like, oh, I don't date men from this area. They're all dogs. They're all cheaters. They all this and they're all that. They don't have any prospects. They don't got any money, right? Just like how women like to say that in general about men, men are now doing the same thing. They're like, okay, well, y'all saying all of this negative shit about us, so we're going to use your verbiage. We're going to use your videos. We're going to use your tweets, your IGs, your podcast, and we're going to state this is the reason that we don't date American women. Because all of y'all basically act and talk like this, and then we're going to compare that to women of other nationalities in other countries, and we're going to see which one is more beneficial to men. That's literally what you got men out here doing. It's not men basically talking shit about women. They're using the content that women are putting out here on an everyday basis, and they're showing a comparison about how American women act and how women of other countries act. And when men do that, they're called dusty. They're called broke. They're called predators. They say that the FBI needs to be looking out for these men. They say that these men are just traffickers. They state that men are just going to women in other countries because they don't speak good English and don't have an education, and that men are just afraid of strong women who are independent and don't really need them. Like, if you're strong and independent and you don't need a man, then why would a man seek out a relationship with a person that doesn't need him? That doesn't make sense. If I'm not needed, why would I be there? That's like a firefighter trying to go help Superman put out a fire. He don't need you to put out a fire. He got freezing breath. Why would he need you to sit up there and put out a fire? You're not going to be there. Right? Or put it into perspective so that people can understand by using religion. That's like a hospital trying to be right behind Jesus talking about, yeah, we're going to help you save lives. Why would Jesus, if he can lay hands on somebody and heal them of all of their ailments, why would he need a hospital or a doctor or a surgeon to be right behind him in order to help? You're not needed. So again, it's crazy to sit up there and hear women on social media talking about men are afraid of independent women. It's like, no, men are going to go where it is that they are needed. If you're telling me that you don't need me to build you a house, that you don't need me to put, pipes into the ground or whatever it is, you don't need me to put up a log cabin, you don't need me to build you a stove, fix the sink, whatnot, you don't need me for nothing. Why am I going to be there? I am of no use to you. Any skills that I have in these areas, it is of no use to you because you're able to do this yourself. So you might as well be with another woman, realistically, because chances are very great that another woman is not going to have the same skill set as you, right? If you can do everything, if you are the new man, then obviously you need a woman out here to complement you being the new man. What did she just say? She said that men out here are broke. They don't got money. They're the ones with the 6-figure everything. They're the ones making the most money and getting the bag and all this. Like the way that she put it, she's like, dudes just ain't out here doing nothing. She is making it seem as though that men ain't out here doing nothing. We ain't out here working. We don't have 9-to-5s. We don't have cars. We don't have IRAs. We don't know nothing about stocks or cryptocurrency. We're just not building. We're not doing nothing. And you got women out here eating this shit up as if it's factual. It is insanity. Jesus, it is insanity. Yo, Zaire, what is up? What is up? Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Spiritually Awakened said, and then they say shit like, we don't need you, but we want you. Yeah, that's crazy. You got men out here that say that they need women. Men say that. Men can easily say shit, and we don't feel a certain type of way about it. Like what I said is what I said. If I say that I need a woman, I need a woman. That's it. It ain't nothing else to it. If a dude says I want a woman, I want a woman. It ain't nothing else to it. We ain't trying to prove shit. But when women do this, it's them trying to prove some shit because they're trying to compete with what it is that men have been doing. Because this whole equality type shit, they're like, oh, I'm going to prove that I'm equal to you. So if you're saying that you don't really need a woman there to help you build a business and to back you up and do all this, then I'm going to show you as a woman that we don't need y'all to sit up there and do this either. I'm like, you're only hurting yourself at the end of the day because you got to understand the stock is low. There are more women out here than men. So let me repeat that again. There are more women out here than men. So her happy-go-lucky ass being happy to be the brand new man, she don't understand that a lot of dudes with money are going to opt to just deal with other women because they got a whole bunch of options. Women out here are going to go for the most top tier of guys. And because those top tier guys got all of those options, do you think that they're going to settle for a woman like this that get on social media talking about, oh, I am the new man, I'm getting the bag, all of these other dudes are dusty, they're broke, they're homeless? Nah. He like, I ain't dealing with you got too much mouth for me, I'm good. Send me the other 20. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to have fun. They're going to shop around. They're going to party. They're going to go on vacation. They're going to buy gifts and do things for all of these other women that's not talking like this, that's not acting like this, that don't got a personality like this. Like I said, it's crazy. TV said I need a masculine leader, the black version of Omni Man. Oh my God, here we go with the Omni Man. Adwan said, did you see the video of Switzerland? I think 100,000 women didn't go to work protesting and the economy didn't stop moving. Oh yeah. I saw that, but women don't want to bring that up. Literally all the women. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull that up for y'all. Right? Let me see if I can do that. Let me see. Switzerland female protests. Let me see if I can get that. Somebody said today women in Switzerland is back in 2019. Today women in Switzerland are going on a national strike to protest for more gender equality. To highlight women's expertise, let me introduce to you to some of the women female protests. Let me see if I can find a video. Don't got it up here. That's crazy. Somebody gotta have that video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type that directly in, and I'm gonna see if I can pull the video directly for you guys. Right? It's crazy that I couldn't find that directly on Twitter though. So I actually got to watch this on Facebook. That's crazy. Right? So let me show y'all this, right? So this is the female protest, right? And on the side it says women in Switzerland held a mass screaming on Sunday to protest violence against women and gender inequality. What else they have? That's it. Right? So you see all of these women, masses, thousands upon thousands of women, right? They're not working, they're not doing nothing. So why is it that the economy didn't stop? Why didn't anything break down? I'm a little bit confused, right? Because a lot of women state that, if women basically just like stop working, the whole world is going to stop. Like everything is just going to break down. When realistically, the facilities that keep the world running are ran and, they're done by men. Nuclear facilities, electric plants, water cleaning facilities, the sewer systems, telecommunications, NASA, submarines, defense for both the earth and the defenses around the world, the army. It's crazy how people basically think that, we're going to basically prove you wrong, and then nothing happens. Spiritually Awakened said, are there plumbers, electricians, firefighters, policemen, doctors who protested? Then nothing stops. Construction workers and etc. Yeah, like that is crazy. Like I said, if you basically show me a country or a society that is ran by women, that they are embedded in every single facet, 90+%, yeah, then things are going to stop because y'all are the only ones actually doing it. But again, men are out here doing the heavy lifting. So that women can do what? Do stuff like this. So that women can go out here and complain and say that nothing is equal and all this other type of stuff. Do you see men out here bitching and complaining? Nah, they're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. I bet you all of that protesting, HR had an easy job. They didn't have to deal with nobody coming up with like any type of accusations or trying to say nothing. I bet you that was the easiest day or week that HR ever had in Switzerland or any other place. Promise you. But I want to see what happened if men actually do a protest, right? If men did a protest and stopped working, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what would happen. Because everybody saw what happened during the war. When the war was taking place, because there weren't enough men there, women had to basically step in. If they didn't step in, guess what? Everything was going to sit up there and fall to shit. So that shows you what happens, that if men ain't there, if men ain't the primary ones sitting up there working in factories and all this other type of stuff, who's going to do it? Case in point, right? We're talking about equality, right? There was a point in time where in Florida, there was a huge layoff, right? They had migrants that were laid off. They were like, yo, if you were here illegally and you don't have documentation, you can't work in Florida in construction. So a lot of them sat up there and migrated to other states, right? So then that left a huge hole in the development area when it came to buildings and houses, construction and stuff like that, right? Why did I not see a whole bunch of women in Florida try to sign up to become construction workers? Why weren't there fields of women going out there to start a all-female construction agency so that they can snatch up all of those contracts and start doing the building? What happened? But everybody up here talking about equality and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, it's a facade. It's bullshit. It's straight bullshit. Straight bullshit. But like I said, you can't tell a lot of people that. People don't want to pay attention. People don't want to listen. They feel that they know the honest truth, and they're just not being honest. They're deceiving a lot of people. And a lot of people are, I guess, being willfully deceived. Like I said, you want equality, but the one part about equality is this. All of these women took off in order to protest. None of the men had that same ability, because if they did, stuff would not be working. Just like I said, whenever there's like in America, we had a deficit at a moment in time. What we had not deform. They wanted to basically defund the police, right? That was the terminology that everybody was using, right? So during that time, since people talking about equality, how come more women didn't hurry up and try to run and be cops so they can have their own police force, an all-female police force where they were just running everything, catching criminals, all of this stuff, right? How come women weren't doing that, right? Because we're always talking about equality and all this other type of stuff. What happened? Or let's talk about, women always talk about equality, right? When the war was taking place in between Russia and the Ukraine, how come all the women in the Ukraine weren't trying to all join the army? How come you didn't have like all female battalions? How come the men were the only ones getting like shipped off and kissing their families goodbye and all this? Like I said, like, yo, all of this equality stuff is nonsense. A lot of women out here are getting brainwashed and being made to believe a fallacy. And a lot of the people that are trying to have you prescribe to this fallacy don't even believe in it, because a lot of the women are like, oh, I'm ultra feminist, I'm this, I'm that. They're married, they got kids, they got a white picket fence. They got male police officers protecting them. They got male firefighters that are going to come put out the fire. They got men coming through doing the construction work on their homes or their backyards or their driveways. Like I said, women better pay attention. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors directly out here. But much love, respect, and appreciation to any and everybody that's been here at this moment in time for this whole 2 hours, almost like 3 hour duration. Listening to me yammer and go over a lot of these videos. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Love y'all a lot. Appreciate you guys. Like the back and forth that we were having directly in the comments about, some of the video topics and some of the things that I also mentioned as well. And again, I do, upload videos to the third channel as well. We're still trying to get that one up and running. So if you would like to subscribe directly to that platform, you can do that by way of the description area underneath the live video, and you can subscribe that way. I didn't skip it. I see you, Tippy. You said, what would happen if it was just female cops? The result would be terrifying for the people and female cops. I saw numerous videos of female cops getting manhandled by suspects. I see you out here, Tippy. I see you. But no, you're not wrong. You are correct. If you ask a lot of women right now who would they rather save them from a burning building, they're going to say a man. who would they rather have come to their house late at night at 3 p.m. when they hear a noise or a break-in? They're going to say a man. So, like I said, a lot of women would say a lot. Oh, you said the passport comment? Wait, let me see. Let me go back up. Tibby said, oh gosh, the passport bros talking point. No, Seji, they're looking for wives. They're these types of people taking advantage of young girls and women in other countries looking for a sucker. No, Tippy, I'm going to tell you, because I just want to put this out there. There's a lot of women. This is why I made sure to put out that Jamaica video. And it was a black woman. Shout out to her that aired a lot of that stuff out, and she caught a lot of hate. And you had a lot of black women coming directly after her. She put out a video showcasing the fact that you got black women that are going to other countries trying to quote unquote look for love and all this other type of stuff. There was a black woman that went to the Dominican Republic, and she quote unquote got married to a man down there. And I'm like, wow, if that was a black dude that did that and said that he found the love of his life and the person is younger, than them, then people would lose their minds. They would say that this dude is a predator and all these things. But when a woman does it, nobody bats an eye. It's like, oh, she found real love. The women in America, the men in America don't really appreciate us. So we got to, really venture out and find our own way. We got to find our own happiness, right? And then people advocate for that. People are completely fine. Nobody's trying to say that they are, trying to chase minors or that they're trying to go after somebody that's uneducated. Nobody's trying to say that those women are predators or anything like that. Even though there is a video that just recently came out. Sure. Let me see if I can actually pull that up for y'all. There was a married teacher. See if I can get that straight. Let me see. Married female teacher. It's crazy. Let me see. Let me put in charged. Just do that. Let me see. Is this the one? Nope, that's not her. It was a black lady. Because there was a black lady that was just recently charged. She is a female teacher and she's married, and she went after a student. So I'm trying to sit up there and find the woman. And it's crazy how I can't sit up there and find the information dealing with her. But yeah, it was a black woman. She's married and everything, and she was charged for going after one of her own students. And this is what dudes be talking about. Like, guys that will sit up there and go to other countries and, try to find a relationship and everything like that, they'll be deemed as predators, right? But yeah, you got women that are married, they got a kid, white picket house, a fence, they got a career, they got a husband, and they're out here being with 14-year-olds. Somebody has to explain to me how that worked. But yet we want to sit up there and look at the dudes traveling and call them predators. But yeah, we got women that be going over to like Africa, that be going down to Jamaica, and they be dealing with like young dudes, getting their backs blown out, but nobody's calling those women predators. Come on. I'm about equality. I'm about equality. Tippy said, I'm saying I've seen tons of videos of passport bros getting disrespected by their so-called feminine wives, and both passport bros and girls are just the same to me. If those dudes are getting disrespected, that's on them. Like I said, with any relationship or whatever you do, you take a chance. You take a chance. You completely take a chance. What I'm saying is, to try to categorize, nobody knew what a passport anything was. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, Tippy. No woman out here knew what a passport anything was. This was specifically something that was in the white community. This is something that white women were complaining about their white men. And then out of nowhere, black women started jumping on this when they started noticing that black dudes are putting up videos talking about their traveling. So then somebody in that congregation of those black women on Twitter, IG, or whatever it is, now they wanted to start making think pieces and videos talking about, oh, these dudes are predators. These dudes are this. These dudes are that. These dudes are criminals. Magically, all these black dudes are nothing but villains. They're saying that they're villains. They're saying that they're criminals. They're saying that they're predators. But at the same time, they're stating that, oh, they're just not strong enough to deal with us. Why, instead of going over there, why don't you want to sit up there and deal with us? Why don't you just stay here and be with us and find a relationship with one of us? You just call these dudes criminals and predators. So why would you in turn say that these dudes are criminals and predators and then you want to be with a criminal and a predator? I'm a little bit confused. Like I said, that's the mind-boggling thing to me when I go on social media and I listen to a lot of these podcasts and these videos of women talking about black men on TikTok. I'm like, black women didn't know nothing about dudes with passports and nothing like this up until white women started talking about it, realistically. Because let's go back to like the 90s. I never heard black women sitting up there complaining about dudes traveling. Never heard about it. In the 2000s, early 2000s, never heard about it. It wasn't up until the social media that we have now where you start hearing black women going out there complaining about black dudes traveling, calling them bums, calling them broke, saying that they're not masculine and strong enough to basically deal with them and handle a woman like them. So this is why they're running off everywhere else. They're nothing but criminals and dusties and all this other type of stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy. You talking about a whole group of men that you don't care nothing about, that you don't even find attractive. And again, like I said, I look underneath the comment section of some of these dudes' videos, and women are down there saying like, well, we didn't want you anyway. We don't even find you attractive. You probably suffer from erectile dysfunction. You got this. You got that. You probably got warrants. You probably got baby mamas. You probably got this. Don't no woman in America want you anyway. Right? Those are the comments that get left underneath their videos. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, that's a lot of animosity. That's a lot of vilifying because you don't see dudes, and I kid you not, I ain't never been underneath the comment section where I've seen black men all in droves talking about black women traveling and calling them predators. I ain't never seen that happen. I ain't never seen gangs of hundreds of black men underneath a comment section dealing with a black woman traveling saying that she's a predator only messing with little boys. I ain't never seen it. And then on top of that, like I said, it got so bad that the women in Asian countries had to come out and start talking and replying back to black women and sitting up there telling black women like, yo, y'all are really uneducated if you feel that a lot of us don't know how to speak English, that a lot of us don't know or have any type of education. And in a lot of Asian countries, women over there, Asian women are nurses. They're in the medical field. Some of them are also traveling nurses. Their second language is pretty much English. Well, better yet, I guess you could say their first language in a sense, because you have the language that you were born with, right? And then you got every other language that you learn directly after that. But either way it goes, you got women having to come out and defend themselves when they never specifically said anything about black women. But black women got on podcasts calling a lot of these women uneducated, stupid, don't know how to speak. And I'm like, that's a broad generalization that you're talking about a lot of women there. I'm like, that's crazy. And I was just sitting back there just looking at everything transpire. And I'm like, well, I don't have nothing to say about this one because people didn't have to say nothing. You didn't have to sit up there and try to say nothing about another group of women that wasn't saying nothing about you. Because again, like I said, the only group of women that was realistically mad about men traveling were white women. Somehow, some way, black women got attached to that whole thing that white women, again, were having a conversation with about their own men. And now they threw themselves in there as if it's a large problem for them. It's crazy. It is crazy. Let me see. Stardust said, well, Tippy said they're both sick. And well, the point is, Tippy, my whole main thing is that I've pointed out that both parties are sick. But the problem that takes place is the double standard. People will still basically state that men are the problem, men are the sickest out of everybody, while allowing and excusing everything else to go by. Like I said, I'm about equality. Women say that they want equality and accountability and all that. I'm about that for everybody. So when I give that, people don't tend to take that. Stardust said, as a brother, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's no right it seems we can say or do. I say screw it. Don't mess with any of them across the spectrum. Stardust also said, all women have the potential to get brothers hemmed up. Yes, not only white women have the law at their beck and call. They also have battery-backed henchmen to do their dirty work. Stardust also said, one name, 2 words, Travis Rudolph. Gail said, don't say that. There's good women out there. You can't fully absorb everything Seji says. He has cats. This is the thing. I guess maybe I have to sit up there and clear up some stuff here. So when I just so happen to talk about certain things, I do generalize stuff because I'm going by what the loudest minority majority is stating online. I'm going by what I'm seeing directly all day, every day, right? Because again, I'm on social media. This is what I'm on. This is what I do. And I've told people before, and this is why I keep advocating and stating that if women don't want these types of things being generalized or whatnot or whatever, then more women need to get out here and start calling this shit out. If women aren't calling this shit out, it's not my job to sit up there and try to point out variables. That's not my job. Everybody knows that variables exist. It's like you can't say that all of humanity is inherently bad when you have some good stuff out there. We all know that there are some good people out there, but if we're looking at the overall majority of humanity, if we look at humanity, right, historically, humanity ain't shit. Humans ain't shit. And I would love somebody to sit up there and prove me wrong, because I can talk about some nuclear bombs. I could talk about a variety of different Holocausts. I could talk about people slaying, millions of people in their own countries. We can sit up there and keep going. We can sit up there and see how far we can get the bodies in comparison to how many good people that you're going to claim are directly out here, right? So we do the exact same thing when we sit up there and generalize and talk about the stuff directly out here, right? Right. Again, we know that there's good women out here, but it's not my job to basically keep trying to point out that there are good women out here. Women should be the ones to basically showcase this. I can't speak for every nation and every other group of women directly out here, but what I can speak on is the fact that every nation and group of women have their talking heads directly out here, and those talking heads have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of women that basically follow them on all over social media platforms. So I'm going to highlight those. I'm going to generalize, and I'm going to talk about those because they are the loudest minority majority directly out here. And it's like the rest of the women out here ain't really calling that shit out. So like I said, I've been saying countless times for years, more good women out here. If you're a good woman out here, start calling this shit out. Start going on social media and calling this shit out. Like I said, I've been on my platform a multitude of times, and I've reported stories on black men sitting up here doing stuff, right? And I've thrown my hat directly out there. And I've sat up there and basically told black women, I'm like, hey, I'm not one of the dudes that goes out here and do this or whatnot or whatever. But at the end of the day, as a black man, that's going to make other black men and young black boys look bad. That's going to make people look at them a certain type of way because of what it is that one basically did. I have that understanding and I acknowledge that. So I use my platform, and I also try to put that call out to other dudes out there like, yo, we got to basically call some of this stuff out. We got to come up with a plan to sit up there and fix this so that we can snuff this whole thing out. Right? So, I'm just saying. Tippy said, because of all the destruction in the world is caused by whom? Men. Okay, I will give you that, Tippy. You are correct, right? You are 100% correct, right? All of the woes in society are right done by men, right? But I would like to go back to what two things, right? Scientists basically said that the oldest bones ever found on this planet were that of a black woman, right? So if we're looking at that, so we would then theorize that the black woman was the first one here, correct? Right? The first ones to basically hold and have the earth, right? Secondly, you got Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory said that, at a moment in time, women basically owned and possessed the planet. So my main mentality is this. If women were basically the gods and they had all of the world, they reigned all over the world, they were the queens of everything, what happened to where women lost that power? What did women do in order to lose that control? Because we know what happens when a king loses control. If you are to put a man and prop him up as a king, we know how it is that men can lose that power by way of the people, by way of himself, by him dying, by him trying to do too much. There's a multitude of avenues of which a man was a part of that enabled the reason why it is that he does not have that power. So I am asking as a guy, what took place? So wait, Tip, you saying that men took it? Okay. So if women are the greater majority, right? So again, women have the planet. They're the oldest bones directly out here, and women basically had the planet before men, right? So how can men take something that was not inherently theirs? If women are basically the power, women are the gods, how could men basically overpower the gods? How? That doesn't make sense to me. The only way, this is because I'm trying to make you understand, the only way that I see women, in a sense, losing the world, losing their rule, is from the inside. It didn't have nothing to do with men. Women were the ones that sat up there and broke that down. It's easy to sit up there and say, because of society and history of everything that we see now, oh yeah, obviously men had to do it. Men had to pillage, men had to kill, men had to threaten, men had to murder in order to get the power from women that women naturally had, right? But it's like looking at Superman, and that's how I'm looking at this. If women black women are the oldest bones here. Women have the DNA to basically make everybody on the planet. Women at one point in time had the whole planet. Women are basically Superman. So if that is the case, who could take out Superman? If Superman does not have a natural, we're taking out kryptonite, we're taking out doomsday, we're taking out everything. If you literally have a god with no known weakness, how is it that a god would lose its power and its place? The only person that can dethrone a god is either another god or the god itself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, I give big ups to the women who were running and ruling certain areas. Like I said, that's it's a pretty dope story. That's cool. Right? Like I said, I'm all for equality. I have no problems. Gail said, "Oh my goodness, not the gender wars on Seji channel." No. Like I said before, I advocate, well, more so than anything else, I advocate for, the children directly up here. But my main thing is I'm all about equality. I have a problem when people who ask for equality magically don't want it. Like I said, all of these movements and shit, all of it's been going for equality. I'm all for it. So I'm like, yo, we're going to hold everybody accountable. We're going to look at everybody the same way. We're going to treat everybody the exact same way. We're going to talk about everybody the exact same way. That's how I basically do it. I'm not, if I'm going to put down a heavy hand, I'm putting that all over the place. We're going to put down a nice, broad Buddha hand all over everything. I'm not just going to place a small little clown hand on one section. I'm not doing that. It makes no sense. Because it's about equality. It's about treating everybody equally. So that's all I'm saying. It's not a gender war type of thing. It's not. I'm just calling out the problem that is there. Like I said, it's a cancer. This whole thing is basically a cancer. You got people out here telling women that, yo, you are the new men. You can do everything that a man can do and better. You don't need a man for nothing. Right? And then you steadily still got men out here trying to prove that, yo, they're worth to a woman. Like, yo, I can facilitate this. I can do this. I can do that. And then you got women in return talking about, no, you can't. I can do better than you can. Oh, you got 6 figures? No problem. I can bring in 8. Oh, you got a car that's pretty nice. I can sit up there and buy myself 3 cars. Oh, you can get me a purse for a gift. Oh, I've been buying my purse every single month for a year since I started my job. It's like, it's always like this one up type of thing now. So it's like, what's the use of a guy trying to basically prove something if you just don't want the guy there? You just want to berate the dude and just show off. Like it don't make sense. So like I said, I'm trying to showcase the fact that there is a cancer here. So if we do have a problem in between men and women, it's coming from a certain source. And like I said, the certain source is in a sense bigger than the division that's in between men and women. You got the elites doing a lot of stuff, but it doesn't make sense to bring up the elites and the people in power and all of these, big hidden names of families that don't nobody know about that own trillions of dollars in wealth. It makes no sense to bring them up if people can't look past the initial cancer, or if they can't basically cure the initial cancer that is in front of them. How, if you can't fix the problem that's in front of you, how are you going to focus on a larger problem? You can't. It's impossible. So like I said, throughout everything that I basically state, and I've been stating on this platform, I've always stated to people that there is a larger enemy than just men and women and all these black and white and all this other type of stuff. I've been said that. People just didn't listen to the core problem. People wanted to pick on everything else because they were like, oh, you're specifically talking about women. Oh, man, Cedric, I can't get down with you because you're really sitting up there men bash shit right now. You starting to sound like those feminists and yada, yada, yada. Oh, man, I can't get what you said. You starting to sound like an Oreo. You starting to really sound like Candace Owens. You starting to sound like those conservatives. Starting to sound like those Republicans. Oh, man, I can't get down with you, Cedric, because you starting to really get on the black people, but you ain't talking nothing about the white people and all these other type of stuff. Like I said, I done talked about all of these issues. I done talked about all these problems, all these scenarios, talked about multitude of different laws, talked about different things, problems, state to state, school system, hospitals. People need to invest. People need to save up. People need to get over themselves and their egos and start getting back with their families and start loving and working out stuff and all this other type of shit. Black people need to start being more community oriented and caring about the kids and all this other type of shit. All for black people to sit up there and tell me to basically shut the fuck up. So now when I start bringing up this and yet again talking about a cancer, we come to the exact same thing where people are like, I ain't really trying to hear this. I need you to change the subject and shut the fuck up and talk about something else. And I'm not sure if people actually been paying attention, but I've actually been listening and I've been following what it is that a lot of the people that ain't even here no more been telling and been stating, because a lot of people said like, yo, Cedric, what you need to do is get back to the same commentary that you used to do. You need to sit up there and listen to the people that actually watch you and shit. But realistically, a lot of the people that watch me ain't even subscribed, which is the funny part. But a lot of people think that they know some shit. But then, like I said before, when you give people what it is that they want, those same people ain't nowhere to be found. So all of that time for those years that I've been sitting up there giving people the stuff that they wanted to hear, they wanted to listen to, where are those people at right now? Nowhere to be found. So this is why I sat up there and told people through all of the things that I go through on the social media platform, do the things that interest you. Don't listen to what the fuck it is that other people are telling or trying to dictate specifically to you. Don't matter if they donate to you. Don't matter if they support you, whatever the fuck it is. Do the shit that makes you happy. Because you were doing content and all this other type of shit before you knew or acknowledged any of these people existed. Do the shit that benefits you and that makes you happy. Because the moment in time that you start trying to do shit that other people want you to do, you'll have this end result right here. Where a lot of those people that was yammering and talking all that good shit, they ain't nowhere to show up. Like I said, we can go back. I got 2 channels. In between both channels, that's over close to 130K subscribers on both channels, both the first and the secondary channel. Where are all of those people to basically listen to the content that they said that they wanted to listen to? Nowhere to be found, nowhere to be seen. So, like I said, through all of my life experiences, I try to impart a lot of this wisdom and this knowledge directly onto other people so that they don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations, because I'm either currently or have already gone through it. And it makes no sense for you to have to sit up there and go through it. So this, just like it's a life lesson for me, it's a life lesson for other people that they don't have to sit up there and take on. So like I said, stay directly on your path and what it is that you want to sit up there and do. Because just as easily as people sit up there and support you, you will be abandoned when they find no purpose or no use directly for you, or when they're stating that you're not doing the things that they initially want directly out of you. And that just is what it is. And like I said, when it comes to accountability and responsibility, I can't sit up there and really blame nobody else but myself. Because if I decided to listen to myself versus other people, guess what? Maybe things might be a little bit different. Right? But here we are. So now, being in the point of acceptance and acknowledgement and responsibility, now you got to see your way directly out of that situation, because there is nobody else out there that's going to help you. Because this is basically showing you that when you get yourself into a situation or a problem, you're not going to see, there's no Superman, there's no Justice League, there's no Power Rangers, there's no Voltron, there's no Astro Boy, there's no Brotherhood, there is no Avengers, there's no Professor X for the gifted students. Ain't no motherfuckers out here about to come and basically give you a lifeline. You got to motherfucking figure yourself out and figure out how to navigate these new waters. So like I said, I impart the things that I happen to take on and basically learn through my experiences, and freely give that shit over to other people so that they can know what not to do. If I'm doing the wrong things or have done the wrong things, you know the correct things to basically do. You know how to navigate this shit so that you don't end up in the exact same predicament that I'm in. I'm about showcasing failures and successes and letting people know about those lessons and how things basically go out. So like I said, I'm a little bit different from a lot of other content creators out here, because a lot of other content creators, they're not going to have these conversations with you. They're not going to sit down and talk to you about this shit. They're not even going to bring this shit up. I don't got time for that, because if I'm failing, I ain't trying to have everybody else fail when I know that I can put something out there so that people don't have to specifically do it. So again, that's what I'm doing. So, just saying. But again, much love, respect, and appreciation to any and everybody that is currently here at this moment in time. That is a part of the conversation. We've been going good for about 3 hours and 30 minutes. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Much love to Stardust, Gail, Tippy, who stopped talking to me because she's mad. Much love to Spirit, Adwan. Who else we got up here? I think we hit, was it Pink in here too? I think Pink might have been in here too. Much love to you as well. I think she was in here. Much love to Zaire, Wolffire, the Troll that was also in here. What is up, Mahoko? What is going on? What's going on? Shout out to RJ as well. Black First Coffee, Maximilian. Let me see who else. Yeah, Pink was in here. Shout out to Pink. Much love. I'm trying to roll up and catch everybody just to make sure. I think that might have Dr. Disinfect. Who else we got? I think there was some other names in here. I gotta keep going. Miss Shamika, what is up? Amazing Blue Rider, what is up? What is happening? Much love. Who else? Let me make sure I'm not missing nobody. I did, yeah, Miss Gray, I got you. Who else? Rika Shabazz, what is up? And I think that should actually be it. So yeah, much love and respect to everybody that was in attendance. Like I said, love y'all a lot, care about y'all a lot. I'm about from my failures, I hope that other people can get success directly from that. So again, like I said before, whatever I'm going through, I hope for the success of other people. Hope for the success and prosperity, of other people, because it makes no sense for everybody to be sitting in the exact same, line, going through the exact same failures. Like I said, if one person going through it, you don't got to go through it. So you know exactly what it is to do. Right. So like I said before, stick to your main goals, do the stuff that you want to do. Don't pay attention to like the outside sources and let that, muddle your mental and, and everything like that. But somehow, some way you will, if it does happen, you will get back, on the bike and, you'll be riding like you were before. So anyways, much love, respect, and appreciation to any and everybody that is here at this current moment in time. Love you guys a lot. Thank you guys for being a part of the conversation. Listen to me yammer. Being here for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I am about to get up off here. Also, I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. For those who celebrate, Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, and, and all those other types of things directly out there. Or even if you don't celebrate it, happy Festivus for the rest of us, whatever you like to do. Go out there, spend time, with your family, get your mental right, read up on some books, order some from Amazon, have some good food. So, like I said, love you guys, care about you guys a lot, and stay safe. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. That will be live stream number 39. Peace.